Yo, 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 yo! What's up? What's up? Yo! Good morning to you, Hercules. Good evening to you, AJ. What's up, Blaze, Stony Dude, Long John Silver, Hardy, the matey. I don't know, that was weird. That was a little bit weird, sorry. Yo, what's up? Eyebrow, Wolfwood, Jules, Allen, Belair, Stradalorian, Q, Jazz, Richie. Yo, what's up, Richie Rich? Loki, Q, what's up? Pedro, thank you on your 11-month resub. Look at you. You crazy, man. You crazy. Freelancer, and we're back. Yo. Tough Cal says, drop it in to say, hey, working on taxes tonight. Have a good show. Ew. Ew, taxes. I guess I should start on mine. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, boy. Man, you know what? Holy cow, I've only got like 3 weeks. That is terrible news. Oh, thank you for the reminder, Tough Cal. Holy smokes, I got to start on my taxes. Balabum says, oh, you're all good. They won't prosecute you for at least 3 or 4 years.
Isn't it the end of April, or when is it?
I think it's
when is yours?
April 18th. I think it's April 18th. Not 1,000% sure. I think that's what it is. Good evening, everybody. Welcome in. One and all. My name is UltimatDJz. Appreciate you being here. Welcome into the show. Thank you. What's wrong with my eyeball? My good eye. My organic eye is all messed up. Here, let me try and. All right, is that a little bit better? My organic eye is all messed up. Yo, what's up, Wolfwood? Thank you, guys. What is this? Falcon says, what is this? A cat? I know. Crazy. It's a cat. Man, look at all the craziness that's happening here. What are you guys doing? All right, hang on. Let me go back. Hi, Stradalorian starting the show with a hydrate. So I'll do that for you in a second. No, Tiberius. Are you crazy? Are you serious right now? Tiberius with your 51 Raiders. Yo, Tiberius!
He was waiting for you.
Tiberius!
He held out as long as he could.
You are the man! Tiberius, thank you so much. Welcome in, Raiders! Let's go! Woo! Hype, 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 hype. Walker, good evening. Let's go!
What's that thing that you got to do when you rate in? Make sure you're giving the person the proper count to their accent. You have to like refresh your thing or hit a button.
I'm melting faces right now. I can't even hear anything.
I'm so positive. I'm full of positive energy.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Welcome in to everybody, one and all. Thank you for all the Raiders coming in. Thank you so much, Bluff and Pete, for the 9-month resub. Long John Q.
So good.
Can't have just one.
You can't have just one. We got 51 Raiders here tonight. Long John Q, thank you for the 10-month resub. Pedro for the 11-month resub. Maverick with the 6-month resub. Thank you so very much. Q dropping a gifted sub in here to Dekix tonight. Thank you very much. Looser with the 11-month resub. Thank you, Kill First, with the 11 months on the resub. General TM on the 6-month resub. Thank you. Betty Hill dropping 5 kitty bitties into the jar. Thank you, Trader. I didn't even see you sneak in. Trader dropping 10 gifted into the chat. Trader, good evening to you.
I'm like a ninja.
You're like a ninja, just sneaking in there. Thank you for dropping the 10 gifted. Shady Pines with 500 kitty bitties into the jar. Pallium, thank you for your 100 kitty bitties. And before I could even read through the list, Trader, before I even finish reading through the list, we have a level 4 hype train. You guys are crazy.
As it should be. As it should be.
Logan, I did hear your positive energy. It came through, but it was in like all the madness. It was in all the madness. Let me see if I can do it again. Let me see. How do I... Traitor! Dropping another 10 gifted into the chat, and level 4 is complete. Just like that. Just like that! Yo, Richie, love your energy and your voice. Oh, thank you. Richie, thank you. Thank you for being new to the channel. Appreciate you coming in here and dropping your sub for 2 months in a row. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. 78% through a level 5 with a fresh clock, Trader. 4.5 minutes on the clock. Wolfwood said, it's Picard Day, so how about all of the hype? I'm good with all the hype. Let me get all your hype. Thank you, Classy Pete. Dropping 100 kitty bitties. Freelancer with another 200 kitty bitties. Thank you. Good evening, one and all. Carissa says it's very late. I know it is very late. So let me tell you about my day. First of all, Trader, I got held up at work. Imagine that. Absolutely crazy. Can you possibly imagine, Trader, in your work dealing with the public and dealing with humans? Can you possibly imagine a scenario in which we get held up late at work? Is that even possible?
You know what? I think that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. It never could happen. People are amazing and very respectful of other people's time and energy.
I know.
Very respectful.
I mean, there is...
I just tell them, no, sorry, I got to go home.
There is absolutely... Let me just... You know what? Let me speak for car salesmen everywhere. May I for a moment? Let me speak for car salesmen everywhere when I say our absolute favorite thing to do is to sit at the car lot for 12 hours and 15 minutes before close, get a customer who needs to test drive 3 cars. That is the most awesome thing ever. It made my whole day. Seriously. I am just so happy.
I can tell. You want to know something, DJs?
Yeah. I would walk.
Did you make the sale?
Did
you make the sale?
Standing.
Of course I made the sale, Karkin.
Then it was worth it. Then it was worth
it. Well,
lies. All lies.
There is a certain degree of worth it versus not worth it. I mean, listen, it's never not worth it to sell the car. Okay, it's never not worth it to sell the car. I'm glad. You know what? At least they bought.
Give me hugs.
Because Trader, I've also showed you. I've told you guys stories before about people that come in and keep you an hour late and then don't buy. All right.
Exactly.
So they did buy.
Those are the ones you wish you had just told to come back tomorrow.
At least they bought. All right. So yes, I made the sale and all that. But you know what? Listen, there comes a point in your life. If I'm 25 years old and I don't have anything to do or anyone to come home to, and someone keeps me an hour and a half late, and really all that it's doing is just like cutting into the time that I would go to the bar and spend money, then okay. Yeah. But there comes a point in every cat's life, usually it comes about 6 or 7 lives in, that you just realize, I just want to go home. I have
that at work as well. I have that at work as well. Like if I have an evening where, okay, I don't have anywhere to be, I've got no appointments, nothing to go home to or whatever. Yeah, I'll help someone out if they need another tire or something like that. But if I've got somewhere to be, I'm like, no, see you later. I've got to go. Come back tomorrow.
That's the roll. Richie, there is nothing wrong with liking another man's voice. All right, I love plenty of men's voices.
Yeah.
I based my entire career off of other men's voices, so I'm right there with you. All right, here are some of my biggest influences. Of course, Howard Stern. He's one of my favorites. Casey Kasem, rest in peace. Rick Dees.
Oh, wow.
Love Rick Dees. All right. Let's see. Who else? You know another one? Not as many people know his name. But he, out of all of them, is probably the most influential to me. Who knows the name John Garabedian? John Garabedian. He was the longtime host of Nights. I think it was Kiss 108, maybe, in Boston. It might not have been. Maybe it was 102. Maybe Kiss. I don't remember. But where I actually, that's where he did like his regular show. But on the weekends, how many of you guys? Now, Trader, this might be dating myself a little bit, but you guys know how old I am. How many of you guys remember listening to the open house party on Saturday and Sunday nights? It was a syndicated show, and it was all across the world, and it was broadcast in my town on Saturday and Sunday nights. The all-cool, all-request open house party. You guys remember that show? Man.
Yeah, DJ. I definitely remember that. I remember going to sleep as a kid, like listening to that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. My parents tell me stories about how, like when they were younger, AM radio was a primary form of entertainment. Like they would get together family nights and they would, you've heard this cliche story. They would huddle around the radio and listen to a show together. No lie, when I'm a kid, every Saturday night, I am right in front of my radio listening to John Garabedian and the open house party.
Oh, I used to love listening to like kids radio and things like that. We used to play all the different music and different stories and all that kind of stuff. I loved that as a kid.
Oh yeah, yeah, and he always had a full studio. He always had just craziness in his studio. It was one of the most awesome, fun shows to ever listen to. And there's been a lot of attempts to recreate the open house party. It's just not the same without John Garabedian. It's just not the same. John, if you're out there, because I know you listen to our content, because who doesn't? John Garabedian, I just want you to know that I love you, man. And you had a great deal of influence over my career. As a matter of fact, Trader, I did actually get to meet and speak with him many times throughout my radio career. I mean, as a child, I'm listening to this man on the radio, but his career continues on for decades. And even when I'm old enough to be in radio, then I get to work with him. And when I say work with him, my station was one of his affiliates. Because when I got to make the decisions at my station, Trader, like the first thing I did was pick up John Garabedian's show.
Nice.
So it wasn't you just randomly calling him up like, hey, man.
No, I didn't get to do that. But as an affiliate, I had the opportunity to work with his company. And then on occasion, like there might have been something that I wanted to do or something that would ultimately result in me getting to speak to him on the phone. And so I got to tell him, be like, you know what, man, I've been listening to you for 20 years, and it's an honor to, like, have your show on the radio station that I'm programming, and I just want to tell you, like, I kind of had a fanboy moment. I was just like, hey, we're all adults here, but, oh, my God, I'll freaking love you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just one of those surreal moments in my career, getting to speak to John Garabedian. I've also spoken to Rick Dees, and that was equally as awesome. So, yeah, no, I am a true radio nerd. All right, like there is no doubt about it. I am 100% radio nerd through and through. So, I don't even know what brought up this conversation. What? How did this even happen? I don't know. Anyway, John
Someone
Garrett.
said they like the long list.
John
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, okay, Richie, back to your comment. It's all good, man. It's all good. I wasn't making anything weird. I love listening to other radio shows. And John Garabedian and Rick Dees and Casey Kasem, they're my heroes. They are my heroes. IJ says, I'm waiting to see how DJ ties this into HelloFresh. Well, as it turns out, John Garabedian owns HelloFresh. There you go. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm kidding. All right, thank you for the hydrates. There were a lot of them there. Thank you, Stradalorian. Appreciate your hydrate. Thank you so very, very much. We've got a name change request trader. Wolfwood, that's clever. I like it. All right, I'll give that to you. Let's see. Do you think that'll all fit? Let's try. Low, cute, us of cord. There you go. All right, it fits. It fits! Thank you, Wolfwood. Appreciate your Toy Mice redeem for the name change. Let's see what else we got in here. Classy Pete, thank you. Freelancer, thank you, guys. Chris, thank you for your resub. Carissa, thank you for dropping 1,000 kitty bitties into the tip jar. Thank you so very, very much. Thad, what's up, my brother? My brother from another mother. Thank you, Thad, for the 5-month resub. The Aardvark guy, thank you for being here and a member of our community. Thank you. Full Dog, 11 months on the resub. Thank you. And, guys, you have completed our hype train here tonight. 28% through a level 6 hype train.
Mwah.
Tons of biddies.
You're the best. Mwah. Give me hugs and kisses.
Tons of subs, and thank you so very much. White Wolf, thank you for your 11-month resub. Chief offering me the hydrate. I'll do that now. Thank you. Thank you. I am quite parched tonight.
I am so positive. I'm full of positive energy.
It might have had something to do with the fact that I was boo-hooing earlier this evening, Trader. I'm not going to talk about it. But if you haven't watched episode 6 of Picard, let me just say.
I haven't.
If you,
I haven't seen it.
I'm not giving any spoilers, no spoilers, okay? But it is so good. Trader,
Yeah?
I know I've said this a lot. Scribbler, Shawna, my dear friend, come on stage. Come on stage immediately. I have to. No, come
He's
on.
demanding, DJs.
Please. I'm bursting at the seams. No spoilers, I swear. No spoilers. But, Trader, I know I've said this a lot recently, okay? I've said it about Strange New Worlds. I said it about Prodigy. And now I feel like I have to say it about Season 3 of Picard. Can I just say that this is, like, the best Trek I have watched in my life? Like, we're all Trek fans, okay? Like, that's true. We're all Trek fans, okay? We've had Trek in our life since we were able to walk. We've had the original series. We've had Next Generation. We've had Deep Space Nine and Voyager and Enterprise. And Trader, I feel like we are in an era of Trek that is quite possibly the best it's ever been.
Well,
I don't know. Am I wrong here, community? When I say you take a look at Prodigy, you look at Lower Decks even, you look at Strange New Worlds and now Picard, I just feel like, Trader, we are witnessing the best Trek ever created.
I would agree.
It is amazing Trek. Stradalorian says pass on Discovery. Listen, they had some high spots, okay? They did. They had some high spots, but, you know, it's really... You know what I think hurt Discovery more than anything, Trader? I think because they tried to create a whole new story with a whole new cast in a whole new timeline that never existed. Like, I think fans had trouble connecting to that. I know I did. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was not emotionally invested into Discovery. But let me just say, and you know what? Discovery was really good. I really liked the season with Control. I thought that was great. I think it was season 2. No, I guess it was the second half of season 1 was the second half of season 1 was the mirror stuff, right? So I think Discovery had a lot of high points. Honestly, I feel like when they went 900 years in the future, it started to lose a little bit of shine for me, I think.
Season 2 was awesome.
Season 2, good evening. Welcome, Shawna. Shawna Benson.
Hi.
From the writer's room of Star Trek Prodigy, while we're talking about great writing. Shawna.
Hey, Shawna.
Season 2 was the season of Control. And no, it wasn't. That was season 3,
Pike.
wasn't it?
They introduced Pike and brought his story into the timeline.
So Red Angel was season 3. Was Red Angel and Control was season?
No.
It was all season 2.
No, that's all season. Yeah.
So season 3 was in the future.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So yes, season 2 of Discovery was amazing. Absolutely phenomenal writing that season. I really, really liked. Anytime anybody asks me about it, I'm like, yeah, man, the story about Control was amazing. And if we're talking about brilliant writing, can we just maybe take a second and realize that there could be a connection here?
What kind of connection?
Oh, I'm not going to say anything else. It'd be getting into spoilers. All right? Be getting into spoiler territory here for season 3 of Picard. All I'm saying is, Shawna, you're an incredible individual. Like, you are a part of a history-making team here. You realize that, like, this is the best Trek that has ever been on television, bar none.
Well, I thank you. I am proud and honored that I had a chance to be part of the legacy that is Star Trek. And hopefully I get to do more in the future. That would be awesome.
I've been
sending messages to Terry Metalis like, hey, man, so what's up? What's going on?
Has he responded?
Hey.
Tell me he's at least been like, hey, Shawna.
He's a very busy guy.
Long time, no talk. You're the best. Listen, we need to sit down. We need to have some drinks. I just got a lot going on here right now. But hey, we got to catch up.
Yeah, it's he's a very busy guy. So I just kind of throw lob grenades across the bow and Twitter and see if he likes my tweets at least.
Oh, it's so good. So good.
It's fun because the guy playing Captain Shaw, Todd Stashwick, has been a friend of mine for years, like a decade.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Such a great guy.
Dude, he is incredible. He is he is my favorite newly introduced character this season. Like, he is so multifaceted. His character is very deep. He's got a lot of trauma. He's got a lot of skill. He's got a lot of poise. But then he's got super nerd fanboy to him as well, which we got to see tonight. Oh, my God. He is amazing. He is incredibly, incredibly talented. Shawna, I mean, this is going to sound absolutely crazy, but you know I'm going to have to ask. Dude, what we got to do to get a phone call with Captain Shaw?
I don't know. I'll send him a note and see if he's up for a little,
OMG. We used to carouse around Comic-Con in San Diego together years and years ago.
and we held like our own party because we couldn't get into the big parties, so we did our own party, and it was called SlamCon. And yeah, I know Rob Burnett too. Rob Burnett and I are friends. Somebody mentioned his podcast.
Oh,
Rob's a good guy.
He is something else, man.
Todd's a good guy.
I have no idea what he's like in real life, but he is just an incredible actor. I have loved that character. At first, like, he almost felt like a villain. You know what I'm saying? An unwilling participant, so to speak. But he has really...
They were almost building him up for people not to like him.
Yes. And
in
now,
those initial steps.
And now they're like...
allow this character to be...
Yeah, now they're like really kind of getting into what makes him tick. And buddy, he's got to be one of my new heroes. He is... Is anybody else... Would you go as far as to say that Shaw might be one of your favorite Star Trek captains? I feel like he's an incredible Star Trek captain.
I'm loving his character so far.
He's a great character. So good, man. But
yeah, I mean, they set him up definitely to sort of be the antagonist to Picard and Riker, and you don't side with him because you want Picard and Riker to do things. And so Portioner gets Shaw. And so you realize, oh, wait, Shaw's actually good at his job. His 359 story, though, was what I was like, dude.
That was gut-wrenching, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was a gut-wrenching story. And then how he became kind of like the hero at the end of that episode, saved the ship and all this. Sorry, no spoilers. But, that's at least 2 weeks ago, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But somebody said, random Ronnie Cox says, yeah, he's like Jellicoe 2.0 for sure.
Well, he's now I know Pallium. But yeah, you're right. Sorry. But he's great. He and the exploration of his character. Listen, I'm not saying no spoilers. All right. Pallium says, I'm watching you. I haven't seen episode 6 yet. So this was like episode 4.
Neither have I. I'm not going to let him spoil for me either.
Yeah, this was like episode 4. Okay, so it was at least a couple of weeks ago. But no, he's just become a really great character. And I've really just, Shawna, so being on the outside of Picard Season 3, like, you did not write on this project. You're writing for the Star Trek universe, but you did not write on this particular project. When you're watching these episodes, do you feel like this is some of the best couple of years of Trek that we have had in decades?
Oh, absolutely. 100%. And I knew that this season was going to be good because I did know a few things that are going to happen maybe by the end of this season of Picard. Because we had to kind of know about some things as they were working up Prodigy Season 2. So I was really excited to see it, and there was a little bit of having to turn the ship around a little bit after season, like right around Season 2. But Terry came in and he just like lined it all up, and you can tell he is a dude who loves Trek, knows his Trek. When he worked on Enterprise was one of his first jobs.
No kidding.
Yeah, and fun fact: Todd Stashwick, who plays Shaw, Terry's worked with him before. Terry was one of the showrunners of 12 Monkeys, the series that was on Sci-Fi. And Todd had a pretty prominent role with 12 Monkeys. So if you haven't checked it out, you should, because it's pretty good sci-fi, honestly.
Well, the whole team has just done some really phenomenal things. And I am really enjoying being a Trek fan right now. Like, for years, Shawna, we had to watch all these new Star Wars movies come out and all these Star Wars television shows and the standalone movies and all that stuff. And we had to sit by and wait for Trek. Trek is now taking its turn on the big stage. Like, they really are. This is some amazing stuff. Amazing.
It is a good time to be a fan, honestly. Like, I think that I'm jealous in some ways of people who get to experience all of this for the first time now, like the whole history of Star Trek, the whole history of Star Wars, of, you know, all of the media. Doctor Who. Like, I was a huge Doctor Who nerd when I was a kid, and nobody knew what Doctor Who was. I loved Doctor Who, and nobody knew what that was, that it was a thing. And I was like, it's older than Star Trek, you guys. You know, so I think it's incredibly cool to see how all of these shows, all of these worlds have developed over time, and, you know, and they're also very flexible. You know, the great thing I think about Trek in particular was that it's been very, very focused on a very specific piece of the universe, which has been very much Starfleet and where they go and what they discover. And now they're sort of opening it up, and they're saying, well, here are some other corners of the Star Trek universe, and let's look at those too.
Well, there is some crazy stuff happening here inside Picard. I almost feel that Picard season 3, I almost wonder why they needed seasons 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, season 1 kind of makes sense to me. I did struggle a little bit with season 2. Like, it had some high points, but that was actually not very Trek, right? Like, season 2 was probably the least Trek of all 3 seasons of Picard, and we jumped in the deep end here with the season 3 season premiere, episode 1. We are eyeball deep in Trek, in lore, in just everything. And I don't know, as a writer, Shawna, do you look at season 2, for example, and feel like that was necessary to set up season 3?
Boy, is it necessary? I mean, I think, you know, to get from where they started on Picard in season 1 to where they are now, maybe. I mean, because they had introduced a lot of characters in season 1 that they needed to do something with. And I mean, the whole premise of Picard from the beginning was that this was the, you know, sort of continuation of Admiral Picard without necessarily the rest of the TNG crew. But I think what they had forgotten is that the thing that really made TNG special wasn't just Patrick Stewart. It was the camaraderie between those characters. It was the sense of family. And once they sort of, I think, got locked into that, they realized this is the direction. This is the place we need to go to. So I think season 2 helped them shift a little bit. I mean, it was good to see that, you know, Picard can make new friends. He can have more family than what we saw on the Enterprise. But I think in order to sort of bring about this, you know, reunion of sorts, you kind of have to go to some strange places sometimes.
I wouldn't ask you to divulge anything that you can't comment on, especially since, I guess, you know, you're not 1,000% involved in this specific project, but do you have any insight into the prep for season 3? Like, we have a lot of familiar faces. As you just mentioned, it was about family. It was about the original TNG cast and crew, and we've seen a little bit of that so far this season. Do you think it was hard to get, quote unquote, get the gang back together? Or, because I don't know, I haven't really seen, there haven't been many interviews yet about this season. How do you feel like those conversations went? Do you think it was like, oh yes, I've been waiting decades for, you know, to do this reunion? Or do you think that this took a lot of work and planning and coordination to kind of get the gang back together?
Well, it's funny because I mean, somebody pointed out that, yeah, the Ready Room with Will Wheaton, there is a lot of conversation about some of this stuff. My sense is that there were a few years, probably in the early 2000s, where if they had tried to do something like this, it would not have worked, and people wouldn't have wanted to do anything with that. Meaning the actors who were part of that. It's a different era, and the show is exciting. The progress of Trek is exciting, and I think that enough time has passed since the end of TNG, and really, honestly, I think Nemesis is the thing that unfortunately kind of sticks out there like a sore thumb. It was like they didn't really get to end on a high note. They had First Contact, and then they had 2 more movies that were okay and maybe less than okay. And then, and it's like you didn't get to really just like, drop the microphone. And I feel like they always wanted to have that, kind of like, let's get out of here on a high note, kind of like Star Trek 6 was, I think. I think Undiscovered Country was a great note for that crew to go out on,
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like, yeah, there was probably a period of years where maybe it wouldn't have worked. You probably couldn't have gotten everybody and involved. And now I think they're all good friends, clearly, still. They all go to Trek conventions and see each other. And I think they probably did want to do it. I mean, it feels like they're still that family, at least on screen. That chemistry is still very much intact.
For sure. And I will, and I've said this before, I'm a big fan of Will Wheaton. Sadly, I am behind on the Ready Room. I could not endorse that show any more than what Shawna could. It is a fantastic. If you're a nerd, if you're a Star Trek nerd, you've got to be involved in the Ready Room. It's just vital. You have to. You've got to watch that, soak up every minute of it, because there is some great insight, and I am guilty. I love that show, and I don't, and I rarely miss it, but I have not had as much time this season to get caught up on the Ready Room with Will Wheaton. But it's a phenomenal show, and Will Wheaton's a phenomenal host because he's connected to it. He's in it, and I think he is the most excited I've ever seen him on camera.
Yeah.
To get what he always referred to as his Star Trek family back together. It's been really, really cool. So no, I don't think that was borderline spoiler territory. Listen,
look, it's no secret as to who's in the season 3. I would say go see the episode of the Ready Room, the first one of the season, where he's just talking to Gates McFadden and Patrick Stewart, and he's calling them Space Mom and Space Dad, and they're kind of awesome in that way, and you just get that sense of like he had to come a really long way to get back into this space. Like he left Trek and he left it because it left, he didn't have a full experience, I think, in the same way that a lot of the other actors did. He was young and, he needed to go live his life a little bit. And now he can kind of embrace it all. And I think he's just jazzed to be there, And that's what I really love about him. He is a fan for fans in that way.
Oh, for sure. He's got a ton of energy. He's just as geeky and nerdy as all of us, and I really identify to him. It's just cool. It's like you said, it's a very exciting time to be a Trek fan, and man, I'm super jazzed about what I'm watching this season. And I've seen this. I didn't want to turn it into an interview segment, but it's super awesome that you're here. I see this in the chat a little bit. So let me just ask for your response. At least 2 or 3 different people in the chat have said this is the big finale. This is the super huge firework finish. Paramount is getting ready to sunset Star Trek. I can't imagine that that's the scenario. We do know that this is the final season of Picard. So this is going to be kind of a wrap up, putting a bow on things. Like, we know that this is it for Picard, but I can't imagine that Paramount is ready to take any kind of a break. I mean, the ball is rolling, right?
Yeah, I think it's a little too early to be declaring, a time of death on Star Trek by any means. And I think the reason that those rumors float is because there haven't been a lot of announcements of what's replacing Discovery and what's replacing Picard. So that leaves everybody with this big question of, you have 2 shows that have been kind of big pillars of this tent, big tent poles for this larger, grouping of shows, and those two are going away. So what is coming in to sort of replace them? But, you're still looking at Strange New Worlds, and you still have Lower Decks, and you've got Prodigy. I would not be surprised to hear something else is coming along. I don't honest to God, have no knowledge of anything specific. I mean, I think it super helps that Michelle Yeoh just won an Oscar, so maybe we'll finally see Section 31 at some point. But even if that doesn't happen, I would not be surprised if we start hearing some rumblings. I also know, though, that they really want to bring back the film franchise. They really want to make the films work again. And so there may be a little bit of staggering. And this is me totally just projecting and guessing. But my feeling is that they want to be able to carve out space for features. So that, it can live in both universes, kind of like how Star Wars has managed to do that a little bit.
Yeah. Well, and, just as many rumors might be out there that, listen, I don't think that you could blame Trek. Joker, you say that Star Trek isn't bringing in subs to Paramount Plus. And in fairness, I don't think Paramount Plus as a whole is wildly profitable. I mean, just the entire project. I think streaming in general is suffering right now because of the intense competition that exists out there. So I don't know that it's fair to put that on the back of Trek. On the other hand, just as many rumors that might be flying around about
DJ.
What?
Paramount Plus is hugely profitable.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, very much so.
It's so much money.
Well, good. Then you don't worry about it, Joker. Don't worry about it.
Well, one thing, here's one of the reasons. One of the reasons is because Paramount embraced the idea of having an ad tier and a premium tier early. And a lot of them are only now coming around to that, realizing that there is an audience that actually doesn't care if they get a few commercials, and are willing to pay a lot less than if they had to only had an option of, no commercials in the premium tier. So I think that helped them a little bit out of the gate, where you could have people who went, oh, it's only going to cost me, $2 or $3 a month as opposed to $20 a month. I'm down for that, right? I don't think it was 2 or 3, but you know what I mean. But yes, they are doing very well. And you have to remember, CBS shows in general do incredibly well. And they are basically the backbone of Paramount Plus, not to mention the Yellowstone franchise. Like between that and Trek and, your CBS procedurals that get a lot of play on Paramount Plus, they're doing okay.
See, now, Joker, you say that, which isn't wildly dissimilar from stuff that I'd heard, but I mean, there's a lot of ways to make that look that way, right? Like, I mean, there's who's ever run your own business. There's a lot of ways that you can make things look the way you want them to look.
These numbers, these comments about them losing money on streaming, that is such a complicated topic because of how investments in streaming work and how you pay stuff, and then when money comes. It's so weird and complicated. There's no
very
well, and it's also very new. It's also very, very new. And there are industry groups that are still to this day trying to adjust to what this new economy is, right? Adjust to how streaming works and ad revenue and if I subscribe to Paramount Plus, but I spend 90% of my time there watching Star Trek and 10% of my time watching Yellowstone, who gets credit, right? Who gets the money? Who gets the residuals? Are there residuals? There's a lot of that I'm sure has to be happening throughout the entire industry right now. We joked about it, Trader. Not that it was probably a joking matter, but you guys remember when Disney and one of their Marvel superstars, Scarlett Johansson, got into a lawsuit. Like, Disney and Scarlett Johansson have made each other a fortune, but they still couldn't come to an agreement on Disney Plus, for example. and how her movie was released. There's a lot of newness that comes with streaming and how things are paid and judged and broken down and all this other stuff. It can probably be a legal nightmare, Trader. I can't even imagine. That's not the kind of law you practice, I'm sure, but just looking
I'd make
at
a
it,
lot more money if I did.
No, I mean,
and also for older shows where this whole concept was never a thing, so it's not a part of a lot of contracts for a lot of older shows and things like that as well. Is how do they diversify those royalties and things like that from those shows as well?
Well, I won't drag us down into technicalities of the industry, but Joker, one of the things you might have been looking at is if it was Viacom's quarterly report, there's going to be more than just Paramount Plus represented in there. And the negatives are, was it Paramount Plus?
They said they lost X amount on streaming, but you have to remember that the way they allocate, spending for new projects,
right?
That you can't suddenly reallocate. The most important thing is revenue up year over year. Our subscriber numbers up year over year. That's for a significant portion of the existence of a new streaming service the most important metric. Even
There's also
while you're losing money by spending on new content, which is incredibly expensive.
Yes.
And I believe Paramount is currently spending $6 billion on new content for Paramount Plus. So
they all are spending huge amounts of money, and I mean Paramount Plus more than a lot of the other ones. And I'm not trying to advertise for Paramount Plus necessarily, but I do think that they're the basics for them, the logistics and everything they have it based on are far more solid than what Netflix has done. For example, Netflix has spent insane amounts of money and only has a handful of hit shows to really show for it, and not very many seasons of those shows. So it's a really hard business to sustain because you are putting up a lot of capital and you're gambling that the audience will be there and will like your show.
Well, and that's like any movie, though. They're spending on that movie before it ever comes out. They're always banking on the box office, for example. Even with a movie, they're banking on the box office to make up what they spent and then make a decent profit. And sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes a movie comes out and it busts. And that's just a part of the industry. You got to have some winners. There will always be some losers. That being said, I do think that Trek is a huge piece of the Paramount portfolio right now. And I personally, just as a fan, would be really disappointed if they decided it wasn't worth it anymore. I can't imagine, though, that that's where we are. I don't think that's what we're knocking on the door of, to be perfectly honest with you. As a matter of fact, just at the same time that some of these other rumors fly around, I've heard rumors of 2 new shows. I heard of, I don't even remember what website I saw it on. I have no idea if it's reputable or not, but I saw an article that Paramount Plus was exploring a new series on, shall we say, an expansion of Deep Space Nine, really diving deeply into the Dominion War. I saw an article on Yahoo News about Paramount looking into a Dominion War specific series, and I think that would be phenomenal, right? Look in the chat, some people saying, you know what, I would love to see more on the Klingon Empire. Prequels, mid-series, post-series, all that stuff. There's a lot of Trek that can still be explored.
Didn't they also sort of semi-announce a Section 31 series being in the works at some point?
They did. That's been a few years ago, though, and I don't know where that project stands right now. They did.
It's been in development hell for a long time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's one of those shows that I think, honestly, it's just a really tough nut to crack. I think that you have to walk a very fine line with Section 31 because it goes against a lot of the tenets of the original Star Trek, because you basically are saying, yeah, we still need spies and we still need these undercover operatives to do all this stuff. But I think that Picard Season 3 has shown that the darker, you can explore those dark corners of the Trek universe without making the show overly dark. And that, I think, has been the challenge. I think a lot of people, the knock against Discovery early on was that it was too dark for, maybe too advanced or too adult for a family audience. And I feel like they've kind of come around from that a little bit.
Right.
So I feel like it explores those areas in ways that make sense. But I do think it has been a very, very tough show to get right for them, or at least the way they want to present it. So it's taken them very, very long.
But I don't think
hopefully the show is under contract.
I don't think it's canceled, right?
No, I don't think it is.
No, it's still hanging out there.
Yeah, they've talked about it. I do see in the chat a lot of people are interested in a show about the Dominion War. That'd be really cool. I also see this comment. I'd love to do a series on the Tal Shiar, but Black Wolf, I would almost think that Picard season 1 was actually a really interesting focus on the Tal Shiar. That was a lot about the Tal Shiar and their background in Picard season 1. So I don't know if you could spin that off, but they did do a lot of Tal Shiar content in Picard season 1. Shawna, I'm sure that you have met, and I won't use your real name. Spectre is his handle here on Discord. You've met Spectre. You guys work in different segments of the entertainment industry, but Spectre actually does work also within the Star Trek universe. Trader, did you know that? That we have another producer, Spectre, shall we say, inside the Star Trek universe. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce Spectre, who works for... I'll let you introduce yourself, Spectre.
Yeah,
what do you do inside the Star Trek universe?
So I'm not directly involved with the Star Trek universe. Let's just make that clear. I'm on the periphery. I'm on the outside, but I work in the entertainment industry, supporting many different projects across the entertainment industry. Let's put it that way.
But now you have shared with me that you have your company has done work here on Picard season 3.
Yeah, per our obviously public announcement that we, that our company worked on Picard season 3. Yeah.
You've got a lot of noise, man.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Our company, did per the public announcements, did contribute to Picard season.
What specifically have you done, or can you share?
I have to be careful with my non-disclosure agreement, so I'm going to be a little bit like President Echo today.
All right, fine. He has touched something that you've seen on television. All right, we'll go with that. Let me ask you. You have a lot of knowledge about the entertainment industry and kind of, just like Shawna does, a lot of the conversations, and because again, even your industry, it's kind of small, right? Like it's not you wouldn't think that there's like tens of thousands of people working on this. Your community, like Shawna's, is actually kind of a tight-knit group, right?
I mean, it's small, but it's also big. It's a very the entertainment industry, as Shawna will, I'm sure, attest to, is a very interesting industry to work at. It's kind of surreal on a day-to-day.
I don't even know what that means. Shawna, can you interpret? He's being very Hollywood right now.
Spectre. Yeah, you must. Do you work in the legal department? Because that's a lot of double speak.
I know, right? That he's being very, very Hollywood right now.
Trader.
I'm just given some of the things that have happened recently. I'm just being cautious. That's all.
Well, I'll speak from the perspective of right now, the biggest story in Hollywood is whether there will be a strike, probably by the writers, if anybody. I, being a writer, am obviously very interested and engaged in the possibility of this. So far, the word is that, at least what the studios have put out, is that they are eager and want to find some kind of way to make a deal with the guilds. The Writers Guild has never negotiated first, which is a big thing. And usually the Directors Guild and the Screen Actors Guild go before the Writers Guild when it comes to negotiations. And this time, the writers are going first. And that's because the writers have some issues that the other unions would like to see resolved in a certain way first, and they think the writers will. I don't know if they think we'll have more leverage or not. They usually think we have less leverage.
You'll be the hero.
Well, we're the ones. We're the ones who are actually willing to take the hit, more so than anybody else. The directors are not exactly a striking kind of organization. But the writer, everything sort of lives and dies by whether we've written anything. And right now, the business is real weird because there are some shows going, but there is a sense that the shows that are going are kind of in overdrive because they want to have scripts prepared in case there is a strike so that they can make the things that have been written. And then in other cases, they're kind of idling and waiting to see what happens before they pull the trigger on starting a show. So everybody's kind of in this wait and see mode. The contract expires May 1st. They have started negotiations just this week. I don't think we will know for sure anything unless they're able to strike a deal very quickly, which I don't think will happen for several weeks. But probably there'll be some extensions past the deadline for the contract. It's happened before, even in years where they do strike a deal. So we'll know probably by early summer, whether this is going to get ugly or not. But of course, all of us would really like to continue to work. So we really hope there's not a strike.
Yeah.
We really do. Yeah.
Well,
all of us are hoping for not a strike. All of us. The knock-on effect from a writer's strike across would be a tsunami across the entire entertainment industry, and nobody wants that.
Well, we remember, what happened with that last time was not fun for anybody, and there was a lot of delays and projects and all that stuff, and we don't necessarily need to get into the heat of that here tonight. I appreciate you guys spending the time to chat with us about it. But really, truthfully, I kind of just wanted to brag on the industry, I guess, if you will, Shawna, because we have seen, in my opinion, like record-setting or history-making Trek, and it's really, really cool. Like Maverick writes, I love the attention to detail that Picard Season 3, like these writers, producers, and directors, it's obvious they love Trek. Because there is so much attention to detail, and I don't know about anybody else, and again, no specific spoilers, but there are Easter eggs everywhere. I mean, you can't, Shawna, you can't go. You being inside, like how to plant Easter eggs. You even told us about some of the Easter eggs that you planted inside Prodigy. I don't think you could go more than 5 or 6 minutes through any one episode without seeing some piece of narrative connection or some Easter egg, or even if it's just a painting on the wall, or a ship in space, or a display, an electronic display readout. Like there is just Easter egg after Easter egg after Easter egg after Easter egg. They're everywhere. Shawna, as a writer, is that like, let me just ask like a mischievous question. Like, is that like the ultimate nerdgasm to plant an Easter egg in a property that you love?
Totally. The challenge though is you have to be very, very careful, because at least for me, what makes a very successful kind of hidden like Easter egg or sort of reference is that it's not like overt, that it's kind of subtle, and it's the kind of thing that somebody goes, hang on a second, did they just say XYZ? That's from blah blah blah. And that's the kind of stuff that would really get us excited about, we could mention this, or we could just pull this very slight thing that maybe, there's sort of like the Easter eggs that most people will latch onto and will understand. And then there were like, the ones that like a small percentage, a tiny percentage of Trek fans, like the super hardcore fans, will find. And those are the ones that when somebody finds it, you're like, I see you. Thank you for noticing.
Oh, for sure.
So,
yeah, those
are fun.
And Cruzito even points out, and I know that you have been very complimentary of your team on Prodigy, like the musicians and the composers. Here within Picard, there's a lot of audio Easter eggs, even within the score. The theme song, like, that's what I'm saying. Picard season 3 really could have been completely standalone. I mean, I almost feel like I'm watching, Shawna, they're even titling the episodes as parts. I feel like I'm watching an actual movie. Is that weird? Like, is that something that you
not
want?
At all.
Is that something that you want as a writer? Is to have, like, you had mentioned standalone episodes and like episodic format versus season-long things. I do feel like Picard is not as episodic as Strange New Worlds, for example, but at the same time, like, it's not such a long story that I'm getting lost in the middle. Like, I feel like I'm watching segments of an actual feature film. And then, like, going to get more popcorn that takes me a week.
Yeah.
You know?
I would say that, no, it's not weird. For sure. It's almost intentional in some ways, depending on the type of show. I mean, there are strategies for different types of programs, and there's a different strategy for Strange New Worlds than there is for Picard, certainly. I think Picard, the first 4 episodes, kind of forms, the act 1. It's the first chapter, so to speak. Those 4 episodes tell a complete story beginning to end. Mm-hmm. And the next 4 probably, at least the next 3 to 4 probably tell the next piece. And then you go into the finale of the last few episodes, whatever that is. And that's how they've very, very much so defined it. So that way you're following the same story all throughout the whole season. But if you were to just take the first 4 episodes, you actually have a complete story.
Yeah, we talked about that on the show, that like somebody said that they were waiting to binge watch the whole thing. And I said, you know what? Normally I would kind of agree with that mindset because I don't like to wait. But episodes 1 through 4 are an actual complete story. Like, if you were somebody who did like to binge watch stuff, you could now actually watch the first 4 episodes and stop there because it's a complete story. But what they've done, even here inside season 3, is just totally remade the entire Picard, like this post-Picard, Admiral Picard kind of thing. Seasons 1, 2, and 3, right here inside season 3, they have completely departed from seasons 1 and 2. I mean, with the on-screen graphics, with the theme music, with the sound effects, with just like all of it. Like, even the theme song is different. Like, we had a really beautiful theme that was unique and new for Picard season 1 and 2, but season 3 is just chock full of homage, right? Which I guess that must have been what they were going back for, is, the reunification, the family, and just, hey, TNG fans, we got something for you. I mean, even the font, Shawna, like the opening credits, it's in TNG font. It's so beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Every time, you had mentioned this, I think it might have been for Picard. You said, I never skip the opening theme. Like,
I never do on Prodigy for sure, but I also don't I actually don't skip the end credits on Prodigy because the end credits are so great. I love the music. I love the visuals for it. There's a lot of Easter eggs in that credit sequence. Highly recommend if you've never watched the end credits.
The end credits are quite amazing. Sorry to jump in there.
In fairness, I've never really truthfully been an end credits kind of guy. Like, Marvel has kind of revolutionized the end credits a little bit, but there are other studios now starting to actually make that a part of their storytelling. I really should go back and watch that, but I'll tell you, as far as Picard season 3, their opening sequence, I have not skipped it on a single episode yet. It is just so, Trader, the fuzz, because I don't have actual hair. I'm very non-hairy cat, very thin hair. The fur on my back stands up every single time that I watch the opening sequence to
Yeah,
Picard.
I don't blame you.
It's so
I don't
good.
blame you.
It's crazy.
It is.
I think
It's
Trek in particular is very good at opening sequences because it sets your tone, it sets your mood for what you're about to watch. And some people are impatient. They want to skip through all of that. I personally like having that, ability to kind of reset my mind in whatever way, whatever crazy thing I've just been dealing with in real life. Now I'm going to sit down and watch Deep Space Nine, and here come the trumpets that announce Deep Space Nine or Voyager or, Picard. I think it's incredibly helpful in that way. I think it's part of the experience, personally.
Well, it's just been, I have been so excited to anything. I have been so excited to be a Trek fan on television right now. It is just, and I gotta be honest with you, I am not unhappy to think about them stepping into more features, Trader. I know that, like, they're 2 years in between. Like, television is a better way. Let me ask you, Trader, as a consumer, all right, do you find more pleasure in a weekly story like Picard? Because I really do feel like season 3 absolutely could have been a motion picture. It really could have been. But I think I find myself more satisfied because television is just going to give you more content, right? Like, we're going to get, 10 episodes?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's 10 hours roughly. And by the way, not even, you had mentioned some of the restrictions of being on television, Shawna. I think maybe, I don't know, shed some light on this. A benefit of being a part of a streaming service is you don't have that clock. There was an episode of Picard that was like an hour and 7 minutes. There was another one that was like an hour and 12 minutes. Like, they don't feel like they're limited to that 42-minute time block.
I think it varies from show to show. I think certain shows get a little more leeway, especially on streaming. I can tell you for Prodigy, we had a very tight, had to be 22, 23 minutes. And that's because they were also, going to be showing it in the on Nickelodeon. So it still had to have its commercial breaks.
Yeah, you were still on television, but
yeah,
Picard is not.
Exactly.
So they've got that flexibility.
Picard is not. But it does allow them to, it does give them that little bit. And I think a lot of shows, even on commercial television, you've seen some fudging of how long something lasts, whether it's Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, or it's Justified or something on FX. I mean, the rules have shifted slightly, especially in basic cable. Premium has always kind of had a little bit of their own free-for-all in terms of episode length. I actually think, though, that working within a specific time frame is creatively a good thing, because sometimes I think in having all of the time available, you might get a little flabby with storytelling. And indulgent be the word I would use. But I think that Picard does a really good job of keeping it tight and yet being able to keeping it moving. And so an hour 7 doesn't feel like an hour 7. Like, sometimes there are 44-minute episodes that feel like they take an eternity.
I know, right? And I get to the end of one of these episodes and I'm like, give me more.
Yeah.
Terry.
Yeah.
Back it up, Terry. Terry, give me
Terry
more.
Benchful. Yeah.
Give me more. I feel like that. And that's what excites me about this. So, Trader, let me come back to my original question. As a consumer, as somebody outside of preparing Trek, outside of making Trek, do you find what we have right now with season 3 of Picard, do we enjoy that more than we would a 2.5-hour feature film?
I think so. And this is something, as a Star Wars fan, obviously, I experience too. There's something about watching it, a new episode every week, that keeps you engaged. And, a movie is great. It's awesome. But you go and you watch it and it's kind of done. And when you have a TV show every week, it's something, it like keeps it in the front of your mind, and you kind of, the wheels are always turning. You know, I watched the new episode of The Mandalorian before the show tonight, and I was like, oh my God.
Oh, wasn't it, Trader? It was amazing.
It was amazing. It was amazing. I'm not going to, I was just about to say spoiler, but.
I'm behind. As, you know, in all fairness.
Wait, when was the new one?
Wednesday. They're a Wednesday night show for The Mandalorian. I love Star Wars with a passion, just as much as I love Star Trek.
What season?
And they also play with episode length a lot.
Yeah. And every time it gets to the end of the episode, it's like, no, you can't stop. I want to come back and watch more.
I really need to invest some time into that. I am embarrassed to say, I think I mentioned this here several months ago on the show, I haven't actually begun Mandalorian yet. I haven't watched the first episode.
Oh.
What?
I haven't. What are you guys?
I'm just gonna say. I'm gonna say
you
this.
In season 3 now.
Yeah.
I need to go all.
So
the way back.
I have a question that because if you've gone this long, you obviously know something about the show, even if you haven't watched it. My working theory now is that the Mandalorian is not referring to Din Djarin; it's referring to Grogu. That's my working fan theory after.
Ooh.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about, but I will one day. I will. I'm very busy. Okay, I don't have time. I don't have. It is everything I can do to carve out time for Star Trek.
Oh,
It is everything I can do. I mean, I work so much.
I will say the best part of my job is that it is a requirement for me to watch television. As much television as I possibly can. I actually get yelled at when I haven't started watching a show because my sister, who's my writing partner, she will sometimes not wait for me and she will just start. Like she started Ted Lasso season 3 without me. And I was like, what are you doing? We watched it together. And she's like, no, you're taking too long. I'm like, it's been 2 weeks. And she's like, no, you just need to catch up now. And so I get dinged for not watching enough television. I probably watch my streamers too much at some point.
Well, I know that it's embarrassing. I know I need to have my nerd card taken. But I will say this. It's not that I'm not a Star Wars fan, but I have never loved it as much as Star Trek. Like, I have always been a Trek fan. True, like, okay, I'll throw out a shout out. Today, community manager Beck Likes Plans releases a briefing room episode with Rev Deuce. Now, I don't know how many people have gotten a chance to watch that. I've watched it. I really enjoyed it because I felt like, crazy enough, like I know Rev very well. We all do. I feel like that was new. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like that was a new side to Rev Deuce that we don't get to see very often. I don't know, maybe not. I just, like, he told the story about his dad. You know, like, why is he a Trek fan? It was because it was his dad. He would come home from school every day and watch Trek with his father. And I really related to that because I did the exact same thing with my mom. Like, my mom and her love for Star Trek is why I'm a Trek fan. You know? And
that's what I'm doing with my boy.
Yeah, like
I sit down and watch episodes of Star Trek with my son now, you know.
Yeah, like when I would come home, and it wasn't right after school, it was usually in the evening time. But yeah, my mom and I shared that. She would call me and she'd be like, hey, she would call me downstairs, I'd be playing or whatever. She was like, hey, it's time for Star Trek. And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, I'm coming. And she would always make snacks. Like, even if I didn't like Trek, Trader, I would come for my mom's snacks. But it was great because I got the snacks and I fell in love with a franchise. And I have her to thank for that / blame. And I tell her that all the time. My mom, you know what? I want I want to do this. I am going to bring my mother on the show. I will bring her on the show one day to kind of introduce you guys to mommy DJs and kind of explain and talk and about her love for Star Trek, because that is where I got mine from, you know. And some of you guys will get this and others won't. But my mom and her love for Trek was some of the best bits that I got from my mom, was her passion for this property and this franchise, and obviously loyalty and strength and charisma that I got from my mother, but also her love for this property. And we talk about this. Even to this day, I talk to my mom. She'll ask, how's the podcast, or how's Twitch, or how's this? And she enjoys talking to me about that because she loves it as much as we do. Now, she doesn't play the game. My mom doesn't really do video games, but we still, like, back in 2009, Trader, we lived 4.5 hours apart. But back in 2009, we made a weekend date. We got together. We cooked all the food, and we watched the Kelvin Star Trek reboot together. You know, like that is stuff that my mom and I get to share. We watched, God, what was the second one? The second one with Khan, Dark
Into Darkness.
Into Darkness. My mother must have jumped out of her chair 15 times, screaming like, "Oh my God, they did this!" or "Oh my God, that's Khan!" Like, and drawing it all together. This is why I was always so disappointed that the Kelvin universe didn't really take off as strongly as I wished it would have, because really, truthfully, Shawna, I feel like the Kelvin universe was respectful of the Prime timeline. I feel like it was connected enough, yet different enough to honor original fans, yet tell a new story. Into Darkness is my favorite of the rebooted films. Actually, the first one, the original, and Into Darkness. Now, I wasn't as much into the third one. It was still great. I still loved it. But Into Darkness, just because of its tie-in to Wrath of Khan, right? Like, everything about that movie was an Easter egg back to what we knew the original story was. Trader, when you go back to 2011, by the way, a decade old now, just throwing that out there. When you go back a decade and you watch Into Darkness, when you think about your first experience with that, was it not thrilling for you to
I
connect
loved
it?
Into Darkness.
So good. I hate that it didn't turn into another 10-film franchise. You know, man. Exactly, Dexies. The actors they got were very well cast. The actors portrayed their character familiar enough, yet still unique. It was just, I felt like that was good Trek. Shawna, you, 10 years ago, let's go back 10 years. How did you feel about the creation of the Kelvin timeline from a writer's perspective? That had to have been really challenging, right? Because you had to respect the previous generation of Trekkers, but you also had to find a way to tell the story over again, a new story for the new Trekkers. How did you feel about the Kelvin series of movies? Like, that had to have been a really challenging project, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think it was. And, Mr. J.J. Abrams was a prime architect of the first Kelvin universe movie. And I think that, I mean, there's a reason, the reason we call it the Kelvin universe, right? Because that ship, that moment when, you know, Nero enters the you know, the Alt-U, we deviate from the timeline. Mm-hmm. And I think I thought that was clever. I actually got into a very heated argument with a friend of mine who is also a Trek, like, hardcore fan. We left that theater arguing about, you know, the mechanics of time travel, and then reminded each other that time travel does not exist. So all of our arguments were basically stupid because it's not real. But
hold on.
But then time travel, there's time travel rules, and then you go, but which rules apply? Bill and Ted rules, Back to the Future rules, Trek warping around the sun rules.
Okay. I mean, I have the last question for you tonight, but it is the most important question of all time. Okay. Inside writers' rooms all across Hollywood, how many versions of time travel are there? Like actually accepted? Like, is it possible for somebody to go in and create a new version of time travel? Or is there already an established mechanic within Hollywood for time travel?
I think as long as there continue to be people interested in studying the science and whether it is actually possible to traveling forward in time, we know that's a thing you can do in a way, because you're literally always traveling through time. We are linear. We are moving forward.
If you're closer to more gravity, you can sort of time travel into the future. Yes.
And if you're in space,
it's time traveling into the past. That's the real sticky wicket. And I think that so long as there's interest in the possibilities, there will be an infinite number of variations. I think there are some core tenets that have been laid out. I mean, starting with H.G. Wells' The Time Machine. But, you know, I think Looper created a fairly interesting, unique take on time travel. And that was something I was not expecting, to have happen. But, you know, we would talk about it in terms of like, well, this is Terminator rule, or this is Back to the Future rules, or this is, you know, and in terms of like what kind of downstream effects it has. Does it create an alt timeline? Are those timelines erased? Are those timelines still in existence? I mean, you can slice and dice it a dozen different ways.
But do timelines even exist?
Exactly.
You know,
does the multiverse exist?
Yeah, I was going to say, do you feel like what Marvel did with the Infinity Saga, do you feel like that was new? A new version of time travel? Or
nah.
Okay,
they were playing with stuff that was established in comics decades ago.
So a minute ago you said yes, Jules Verne, most important question of all time. I see what you did there. Thank you, Jules. You had mentioned just a second ago Bill and Ted, Back to the Future, right? When you are discussing with your team around time travel, is that like, how would you say, okay, hey, we could do DeLorean rules, we could do Back to the Future rules, we could do Bill and Ted rules. Like, how many different versions, I guess, do you guys have nicknames for that you would toss around when you're trying to create a story?
At least 9 or 10, and wow. that doesn't even include the offshoots of things like specific episodes of Trek, right, where you have very kind of special occasions of how time works, or how alt universes or pocket universes work. You know, all of those things. I mean, so you're always talking about those mechanics. 12 monkey rules. Yep, that's another one. I mean, so Doctor Who time travel, which is a total nightmare to try to explain to someone because it's crazy. Yeah. And like all of the variations. I mean, I'll be honestly, my favorite is the Bill and Ted one, just because of the demonstration of, you know what, I'm going to go back in time and put this thing right here so that I can find it right now. And then he walks over and there's the key or whatever, which to me is brilliant. Like, that is exactly how I want time travel to work. I want to be able to say,
Scribbler, as a writer, what did you think of the time travel mechanic that they used in the movie Arrival? Because I found that was a really, really interesting, use of the time travel mechanic.
First of all, that story is amazing. If you've never read the Ted Chiang short story, it's amazing. Yeah. I think it's much more. I mean, obviously, it played with it from a narrative point of view, as well as that being kind of a time travel mechanic. But I thought it was a little different. I mean, certainly in how they told the story as well. It was very fresh and interesting. I mean, even stories like Memento, which aren't time travel stories, but have a certain element of, someone who is experiencing something that feels outside of time for them. I think those things, still kind of play with the rules a little bit. Interstellar, somebody mentioned. I mean, there's some things that play with it a lot more than others. Like my favorite moment, I think, in time travel is in Contact, right? The movie Contact with Jodie Foster.
I love that movie.
When they drop her through the wormhole, essentially, and she meets the aliens who look a lot like her dad, and essentially it was, the hours of white noise, even though she had gone down for took 10 seconds, but they had 4 hours on the tape. That to me is a really great example of possibility of time travel.
It has been so long since I watched that movie, Contact. What a great movie that was. And we don't have to dive down that rabbit hole. That was a really good movie. It's been I want to go back and watch that now.
Oh, I highly recommend it, DJ. It's always a classic of sci-fi, I think. It's an underrated classic, I think, in sci-fi. It really, it was... I remember watching that for the first time in theaters. My mind was just blown. Totally.
Yeah, why build one when you can build two?
Yeah, that's a great quote. That's a fantastic quote. Yeah, man. Why? There's a second one? Yeah, why build one when you can build two? It's fantastic, and there are undertones in that movie. I didn't pay as much attention, I don't think, to some of the social undertones of that. I was really kind of interested in the science and what she was experiencing, and then even afterwards, where they kind of tried to discredit her a little bit, even though they had the evidence that there was 4 hours of time or 5 hours of time or whatever it was.
They should have sent a poet.
But they kind of tried to discredit her a little bit at the end, at least, some of the broader masses, because it was, quote unquote, a failure, right? There was no evidence of what had actually happened other than, I guess, the length of the tape. But, whatever. That's a great film, too. Really, really like that. There's some really, really good stuff out there. There was another one that I'm thinking of right now. I think if we're talking about old movies, Trader, and what a great topic this is tonight, if you're talking about old movies that deal with timey-wimey stuff, I think this maybe was a Mel Gibson movie where they were talking on a ham radio, but he realized
Frequency?
Yes. It was the
Jim Caviezel.
Who was it?
I thought you were going to talk about the magical.
It's Jim Caviezel. But yeah, it's Space Jesus.
Yeah. Okay. Dennis Quaid. Yes. Dennis Quaid, Jim Caviezel. The two guys that were talking to each other on the shortwave radio, but it turned out that they were a decade or 15 years apart. There was the Northern Lights or whatever. This thing was happening, and they were actually talking through time. And didn't they actually end up, I don't know. I can't remember. It's been decades since I watched this movie. But didn't they realize that they were father and son or something? Or they were family or something? I don't remember. Very timey-wimey, but that was a wonderful, feel-good movie. I want to go back and watch that one now too, Trader. I want to watch that too. What that was called, Frequency? Yeah. So good. So good. Man, there's a lot of stuff that I guess flies under the radar. Stuff that was, like you say, Shawna, really, really like established, but we don't talk about them anymore. No,
writers reference this stuff all the time because we're always riffing on something. But I think, yeah, for sure. Like when we did a Time Amok, which was our kind of timey-wimey episode of Prodigy, we talked about the greatest like Star Trek episodes that explored either time travel or the experiences of time differently. And that was where we wanted to try to come up with something that we hadn't seen before or something along those lines. And the one thing I always came back to was Remember Me, which is a great episode of TNG where Beverly is stuck in a warp bubble and basically her own pocket universe, and people kept disappearing. And you thought that there was something wrong with, everyone around her. And it turned out, no, the problem was her. She was removed from her own timeline. And I thought that was just such a great idea. And then we started incorporating that concept into, well, what if we did that, but with multiple people in different frequencies of time or lengths of time, that they're experiencing time differently.
You know what? I have to agree with Wham. Best time travel movie of all time? Groundhog Day.
I don't disagree
That's
there.
true.
Groundhog
100%.
Day.
Groundhog Day is fantastic.
It's a good one.
It's a perfect movie. It is a perfect film. I was also somebody had mentioned Day After Tomorrow.
The Tomorrow War.
What is it? Yeah, no, Live, Die, Repeat, which is
that was a Tom Cruise movie.
Help me. Yeah, and I'm trying to think of somebody help me. I can't think all of a sudden.
Sure. What do you need, Skriller?
The name of the movie. It's not Tomorrow War. It's is it Day After Tomorrow?
Edge of Tomorrow. Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow. Thank you.
Yep.
Love that time travel principle too. I mean, it and Groundhog Day to me are solid entries, and Everything Everywhere All at Once is a solid entry. I think it will be referenced many times in the future in entertainment. Like it will become one of those like pillars of time travel movies. Back to the Future, Terminator, all of these movies have a place in sort of the time travel genre, and I think there's that definitely would fit in with all of them. And its exploration of multiverse is really good.
I was actually
Philadelphia Experiment.
I was actually kind of really disappointed that Live, Die, Repeat didn't explore that further. Like, I know that they did wrap it up, kind of, but I kind of really wanted more out of that. I mean, it was a great movie. Emily Blunt was brilliant. That, I do believe, was one of Tom Cruise's better movies. Like, you know what? He likes to dabble in this kind of stuff. What was the one? It was kind of a, I don't want to say it's not time travel, but it had to deal with futuristic science predicting the future.
Minority Report.
Minority Report.
And Inception as well.
That was
Inception was an interesting one.
Yeah, Minority Report, another very, very good movie. He has kind of dabbled with that, on the edge of time travel kind of thing. But I really wanted to see more out of Live, Die, Repeat. Like, I feel like they could have done more.
It's tragic that not enough people saw Edge of Tomorrow in the theater, which is the reason why they never got a sequel. They did talk about it after people sort of discovered it on DVD and on cable. And so now that movie plays all the time, it seems like. But nobody went to see it. Nobody being like, the movie barely broke even, I think, worldwide.
The marketing on that was a bit weird too.
It was terrible,
right? I remember
seeing
Edge of Tomorrow on the plane, and that's how I saw that movie. And I was like, "Wow, I should have been hearing about this before, instead of just being on a flight and being like, oh, that looks interesting."
Yeah, honestly, the very first time I ever watched it, it was on cable TV. I never even knew it was in theaters. I watched it. Now, according to the interwebs, so obviously it's got to be true. That movie wasn't quote unquote considered a failure. It actually, I don't know, Shawna, what constitutes a success at the box office as compared to a failure, but it grossed more than twice the cost of the film, Quora says that it was a success.
Well, in terms of what's considered success is very relative to the time that the movie was made a lot, right? So
it's also the multiple. Like the multiple, I think is like, I don't know, it's something like 4.5 or something. I mean, it may have changed.
Wow,
like
really?
Later years,
so
but...
that's what they want is a 4.5x return to consider it like.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, generally, it depends on the budget too. Like certain budgets are obviously gonna, they're gonna want a bigger return on something that, cost a gajillion dollars. Also, they tend to not always include the cost of print and advertising and all of that stuff. Sometimes you get it, and other times. So when they throw around the cost of budget of a movie, it is very. Yeah, I would look at it askance. Look at it, it's a very specious number because it may or may not reflect reality. Hollywood accounting is notoriously fungible.
Yeah,
like Paramount's profit report. Got it.
Yes,
Got
exactly.
Yeah, Maverick says, didn't you hear that Avatar 2 needed? No. Maverick says Avatar 2, what was that, The Way of the Water or whatever, needed to make $2 billion to allegedly just break even?
That's because they shot 2 and 3 back to back. So they amortized that money over 2 movies. So
didn't Avatar 2 filming start like immediately after 1? I thought that was very cool.
No.
I mean, 2 and
Avatar
3
1 is over 10 years old, 15 years old, isn't it?
Yeah.
Avatar
the first
1
movie is old.
Avatar 1
I
was
thought
like
some
when you were in
scenes were
diapers.
shot right after 1, but I might be mistaken.
He spent more years developing the tech that he was using for Avatar 2.
Yep.
And some of the VFX for that are insane. I mean, they play a lot with, with the speed of film and other film not being actually.
Yeah,
filmed.
like some of those shots, I can tell you took probably months, if not years, to render. Like that's how long it took to just render, like maybe a couple of minutes. Like, and even with today's amazing technology that's out there.
But I guarantee you that Cameron was doing a lot of his other projects along with whatever, he was sort of working on or producing. Some of that was probably to help move the tech along and to bring it to where he needed it to be to accomplish some of the things he was doing.
So
but I also know
what you're saying is
to write the scripts.
What you're saying is that he imagined something that was not actually possible.
Not with the technology at the time, no. Yeah.
And
Official
also
report says that each frame took an hour to render, but they were rendering multiple frames at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, the other movie that did that recently was Top Gun Maverick. They actually spent years developing the technology to film certain sequences in that movie.
Is it true that Tom Cruise actually flew some of those planes? I heard that he took flight lessons so he could actually fly the planes.
Yes.
That's awesome.
True.
That is very cool. Trader, I like to tease Tom Cruise a lot, and
you like to tease Tom Cruise, do you?
Yeah.
You go up to him and poke him in the.
Yeah, we're pals.
Hey man.
Yeah. We're buddies. But no, I mean, really, he's done some freaking great work, right?
He didn't go take an F-18 for a joyride. That is correct. He did not do that. But he is definitely in the plane. I think of some of the sequences where he is in the air. He's in the air, and there's somebody else behind him probably flying that damn plane. But it's clear that the man does a lot of his own stunts, he does a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah, he does. He I don't know if he's probably one of the most. I know when I think of somebody who does their own stunts, crazy enough, like the first name that comes to my mind is Jackie Chan, who literally just always insisted on doing their own stuff because it felt more real. As a matter of fact, don't we have a Star Trek universe actor who is very, very adamant about doing a lot of her own stuff? I think it was Georgiou. And she does. Michelle, she does all of her own stunts as much as they'll let her do.
Well, I mean, she did Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, like a lot of the martial arts in that, right? So, I mean, it's kind of, kind of not too surprising from my perspective.
Well, I think that there's an incredible amount of guts, I guess. There's a lot of respect to someone who actually wants to do their own stuff like that. I think that's really, really cool. Not that there's anything wrong with not doing it, because, God, it's dangerous as hell, right? But just the fact that, like, she wants to do that. I feel like there was somebody in the Marvel universe who was the same way. And I don't remember who it was. I don't think it was Downey Jr., although he did do a lot of his own stuff. He would always talk about how much he got beat up. But I think he's
Renner.
still...
Oh, Jeremy
Renner.
He
Yeah.
did a lot of his own stunts.
Yeah. Very, very cool stuff, man. Crazy.
Yeah.
Look inside of Hollywood. You know, Shawna, if I went and I told my mom that, like, I have a buddy who writes for Star, she would geek out. She would
Like you do.
geek
I'm your buddy.
out. Like, it's just, like...
I'm very popular with moms.
Trader, I look at the conversation we're having right now, and I'm thinking, even 5 years ago, if you had told me that, like, I would have a friend in Hollywood, I'd be like, no, you crazy. I've worked in broadcast radio for 25 years. I've interviewed big names. I've never had a Shawna. This is so cool.
Honestly, I'm really available. You can find me on every corner. There's really like a bunch of us. We just wander around. I mean, it's the fact you haven't had one is actually very surprising to me.
Yeah, I guess nobody likes me. I don't know. I wish I could go back.
Hands up, really.
I wish I had actual tape of this. One of my most narratively connected interviews of all time, Trader. The tapes are lost. The tapes are lost, but I actually did get to interview George Takei many years ago. As a matter of fact, Shawna,
oh my,
it was when he was doing some kind of project at that time for MTV or one of their properties. Like, who owns MTV? I can't remember who.
Hang on. Who owns it today? Viacom, I think.
Viacom. It was Viacom at the time.
Warner?
He was doing something for them. And
I think Warner was back then, yeah.
I got an interview with him, and of course, you know, we had to talk about what he was working on then, but obviously I went back and talked to him about some Trek. He knew that I was a Trek fan. And after we were done with the interview, he was late to his next interview because he stayed and talked to me for like an extra 10 or 15 minutes. It was very cool. I got to interview George Takei. It was incredible. It's one of my favorites. And yes, he did. So that was when I was doing morning radio. I swear, I am so mad at myself for losing this. It was when I was doing morning radio. So he made me a drop. And it was like, oh my, you're listening to DJ in the Morning. With me, George Takei. You know how he sounds. It was the best soundbite ever. I really, really wish that I could go back and find it. But yeah, I had a morning show drop from George Takei. I played it all the freaking time. I played it at least once a day, Trader. Oh my!
That's amazing. That would be pretty awesome.
As you should, honestly.
I played it all the time. He knew it too. I never talked to him after that though. He didn't become my buddy. What's up,
sad.
Rooster?
Very sad.
Thank you for your raid. What's up, Roosterinians? Welcome into the channel. Appreciate it. We have been nerding out. We have not really done anything. I've been running solo armadas in the background, but really we've been kind of hanging out and talking Hollywood with our friend Shawna from the Star Trek Prodigy Writers Room and Spectre from the entertainment industry at large. We've been kind of just talking about Picard Season 3 and the Trek universe and time travel and all this other crazy stuff tonight, just kind of talking about Hollywood and television and movies. It's kind of been an interesting conversation. Yes.
Hey, I'll play Arian for a moment, DJ. Have you
Yes.
collected your daily?
Yes, I was literally, I just saw that. I was getting ready. 19 minutes to dailies, everybody. Yes, I have
Thanks,
collected.
Shawna.
I've collected my dailies. I should probably go sting
Reminds
some
me,
people.
I need to collect mine.
Should probably go sting some people.
Meh.
No, I have been trying to burn down Jem'Hadar solo directives. I have just found myself with a ton. You know, where I was in that quote-unquote sweet spot forever, where, like, one Armada would give me a freaking double or a triple chest, I banked up thousands of directives. So I decided, now that I'm no longer in the sweet spot and things are so much more expensive, I decided that I would just go ham on this SLB. I want you to look at my score. I have been stupid with solo armadas over the last 36 hours. I have run nothing but solo armadas. Borg, I didn't have nearly as many Borg, but I had a ton of Jem'Hadar. Just a ton. And here in a second, when this armada is over, whatever, I'll go ahead and show you now. You guys want to see how much loot I have accumulated? And Trader will tell you, as a G5 player, it's not going to last nearly as long now. All right, but I have so much, Trader. Oh, my God. I am up to 51 million uncommon.
Nice.
I have 85 million rare.
Yeah.
And I now have 55 million epic. Now, the sad thing is that this is what's terrible, community. That
So
is
G5.
That is less than 30 days worth for me. That's less than 30 days of only double refines, not even the triples anymore.
Well,
So
if you do triple, it's like 2 or 3.
I was
It's
just,
like 2 or 3, yeah.
if I did triples, it would basically be 2 cycles. So what? 8 days or 6 days or whatever.
Yeah.
I know, Balabom. That's what I'm saying. Like, it looks like a crazy amount. It's not. It's not. My chest, Jules says that they've doubled. It feels like they've done even more than double. Feels like they've done even more than double. I'll tell you, I have an advantage. I do. I had kind of an unfair advantage that I started this loop at 49 and built up a bunch of directives. And now, fortunately, I guess I'm a little bit ahead of the curve. But this loot is eventually going to run out. It's eventually gonna not be good. So, but there was a leaderboard for it. I needed to spend them. So that's what I've been doing, is just slow rolling it. I'm not even summoning. But that's all I've been doing today. Look at all of them. There's more. I did a little bit of Apex earlier. Had to run an Apex break. There's the Borgs. There's some Borg. There was for my data event. There's some more Borg spheres right there. That's all I've done. Is just solo armadas for like the last day and a half.
Well, they're a great source of parts, aren't they, DJ? I mean, especially for those of us who are like consistently. Well, I mean, I'm not in G5 land, thankfully, yet. But
DJ,
Don't throw shade.
Right,
Don't
a
throw shade
little
at
bit.
DJ.
They're a phenomenal source of parts.
Rubbing salt into that wound.
At 50 and down. They're a phenomenal source of parts at 50 and down. Really, it is. It's a great source of parts at 50 and down.
Yeah.
So, I know Omicron. Really, truthfully, I'm not doing it for the dog avatar. Okay? I'm doing it for the rep. I'm doing it for the rep because there's no way to grind the rep. I mean, honest to God, I'll never wear that avatar. Like, ever. Not gonna do it.
So that'll be my first redeem for changing
veto
your
power.
avatar.
Veto power.
Yep.
No, you have to do it if somebody puts in their toy mice for it.
Hey, Jules. So Divine asked a really intelligent question, one that I probably should have asked before I spent all this time. Don't you get more credits in the dailies as your rep goes up? Or we don't know, do we? I guess we don't know that because nobody can have the rep. Oh, I guess they could if they bought it. I'm almost sure the rep Yes, Mimi says yes, confirmed. You'll get more credits, Divine, when you increase the rep. So that is, I mean, obviously I want to do more research in there. And so, yeah, anything I can do to fast track the rep, to get more credits, yada, yada, yada. I really, really like that tree. Trader, you said at the beginning of the month that you were optimistic. I don't know if that still holds true, but how do you feel about the export research tree? Do you like it?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
I think so too.
I mean, I'm not going out of my way. How should I say this? It isn't as mind blowing. It isn't as mind blowing to me as the Bajoran research tree is, but so I am not putting as much effort into it as I was putting into the Bajoran one. But yeah, it's good. The research is good. I don't mind the freeloaders. They're free, whatever they are. Whatever.
Here's the thing. It's not necessarily about being engaged with it or not. I mean, hopefully you're doing the daily, but the only way to go through more research other than spending is just to take advantage of the rep when you can, right? So this event came up. There was, thanks, Jules. I'll throw this up on screen. Here's what we're looking at, guys. So here are the Xborg credits that you can get. And so it looks like not only do they change by ops, but they also do, in fact, change by rep level as well. And this is how many of those faction credits you can get, which then, of course, go in and turn into research. Now, it's not drastic amounts, but the research also doesn't seem to cost drastic amounts. So, yeah, like, for example, it's an extra 40 a day. When I get to the next level, it'll be another 40, and then another 40, and then another 40. So yeah, I want to try to move through that as quickly as possible because 40 a day will add up. Then 80 a day will add up, and that'll allow me to complete more of that research. I am pretty fond of the Xborg research tree, so I was sitting on literally thousands of directives. I thought this was as good a chance to do it as any. And honestly, these are for the credits. But, Jules, how much rep are you getting? It's only like 250, right? I'm pretty sure the rep is only like 250 rep a day. Something like that. Anybody tell me? Yeah, 250 a day, says Jules. So, Trader, if I come into this event and I've got the directives and I have the time, because obviously it's going to take time, but if we're getting 250 a day and I hopefully I'm going to end up winning 4,750. I mean, that's a pretty substantial amount. Let's see how many days that is. 4,750 divided by 250. Man, 19 days worth. I'll take a 19-day head start. You know, I'll take a 19-day jump. So I had them. Might as well. You know, I ain't. Man, there's no rares in here now. Might have to come back in a few hours. There's no rares popping. And I'm out of uncommons, but they don't score anyway. And I'm out of epics. So, yep, gonna have to wait till the rares come back. I might be done for tonight. Mimi says it's 250 a day all the way through for all ops and all rep levels. Holy smokes. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is such a huge shot in the arm as far as rep goes. I mean, I know it's only 20 days, but I mean, it is 20 days, you know, or 19 days. And, you know, if you rank in the last bracket, it's only 1 day's worth of rep. Maybe not a whole lot of pressure to do that, I get. But, you know, hey, if you can get inside the top 10, it's a nice little shot in the arm. I mean, what else am I going to do with the directives? I agree, Jules. What else am I going to do with the directives? I mean, I got to run the solos anyway. I need them to fuel the refineries, so I might as well. Why not? Hi! Aw, thank you. I'm wearing a tinfoil hat. Beck is in our audience. Good evening to you. I'm wearing a tinfoil hat because here a short bit ago we were talking about time travel. So I had to put on the rabbit hole hat. Yes. Full Dog, Shadowed Fox, Data, and Doom. Thank you guys for your hydrates. Let me do that now. Appreciate that very much. Yeah, we were talking all about time travel. Shawna is here, and we were talking about Hollywood's version of time travel. So yeah, Devil Panda, thank you for your hydrate. Appreciate that. Oop, oop, oop. See, now this is that's a mean move right there, but I had to do it. I'm sorry. He cleared the uncommon. Who was that? It's Wham! Whambulance! Thank you for clearing the uncommons. I appreciate you. He cleared the uncommon, then a rare. Hey, Wham! There's a rare down here. Oh, and it's an even better rare than I got. That's an even better rare than I got. So I guess my greed backfired on me. Oh, no, it's definitely a tinfoil hat. But I appreciate the fact that you think I look like a yummy piece of chocolate. Lightning Hawk says, hat change, rubber ducky. All right, I can do it, Lightning Hawk. Let me find my rubber ducky. I don't think I have rubber ducky saved. I don't. I'm going to have to actually pull up rubber ducky. So let's do that.
Rubber ducky, you're the one.
There you go, rubber ducky. There you go. Thank you, Light Hawk. Appreciate you, mine. Thank you, mine. Whew. Tavi Moza says, I'm going to have to go back and watch this. Shawna, you are awesome. Yes, she is. And I am very, very excited, Trader, that we will actually have an opportunity, community, to hang out with Miss Shawna Benson while we were in Los Angeles. I am very excited about that.
I am so excited, too.
I am
Me too, me too.
super pumped about just, like, sitting together and getting to spend some time with Shawna Benson while we're in Los Angeles. I have a feeling that Shawna may actually get tired of us, Trader, because I want to spend so much time with her. Like, I believe, now correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that we could potentially actually end up spending more time with Shawna than we do with Scopely. All right.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I think, as long as, like, she's cool with that. I haven't actually, asked her if she's going to be with us, all 5, 6, 11 days that we're there. But she's probably going to get tired of us, Trader, I think. It's possible.
You kidding? She's setting up a bed at the Ritz with you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, come on.
Calling out the couch.
A spot on the floor, right? I mean,
yeah, no. We're going to roll out a red carpet for you, okay? You are a VIP
By day
guest.
3 shot is she going to be like, no, sorry, I got to work. I can't hang out.
Yeah, sorry. I'm busy.
Just got a new contract.
Yeah.
you'll know that's a lie because I ain't busy.
Season 8 of Prodigy. We're working on that.
She'll sneak us into the back door of Paramount and then like, yep, see you later, I'm going to work now.
No, and then I'm going to run because I'll probably get arrested, but I'm still working on that.
We are working on legal ways to enter the Paramount Studios. As a matter of fact, community, I'll tell you what I'm trying for. And I do feel like this is, like, super high up on the wish list. I feel like I don't expect this, but if it happened, I could die and go to heaven. And so I have asked for it.
You shoot for the moon, you'll land among the stars.
That's right. I've asked for it. I don't expect it to happen, but in the 1% chance that it works, community, I have asked to sit in a captain's chair on the bridge of a starship. Now,
oh my God, that would be cool.
I don't know if that has any possibility of happening, but I have made the formal official request of not only Scopely, but also Paramount
That would be exciting.
to actually be able to visit a bridge set. So
you know who you need to talk to.
Yeah,
it's the janitor.
I know,
Yes.
right? I know. We are working on it. That is actually a piece of this, Joker. A lot of these film sets are actually not in Los Angeles, right?
Yep.
Shawna, you were telling us that like most of Star Trek is being shot internationally right now. There's not a whole lot at Paramount, at least not of today's Trek, which is why, Trader, I thought maybe we could dust off Kirk's captain chair, like from the original. You know somewhere in Los Angeles there is a captain's chair in storage. There has to be. Like, it's got to be in a museum or something.
Isn't it in the Ticonderoga thing in New York? There's the old, the original series like set kind of thing that they have there.
I don't know. There's got to be something Star Trek related in Los Angeles. But that is something that I have asked for. We will see if anything like that could possibly happen. But we've got a couple of people working on it. I trust them to do their best. But I mean, at the end of the day, this is like, Trader, this is one of those things that's got like a 0.9% chance of actually succeeding. But if it does, oh my God, you could literally hit me with a bus and I would die smiling. All right.
Literally, huh? Mm-hmm. Literally.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That is a true statement.
Mental note: make sure he doesn't walk in front of a bus.
Yeah, because I won't be paying attention to nothing. I'll be in a state of euphoria. I'll be like, not paying attention to anything. So
that's okay. Somebody already mentioned he'll have 8 other lives after that, so it's fine.
You're assuming I haven't used very many of them. All right, I'm cutting it close. I'm cutting it close at this point.
I assume Mrs. DJz keeps it under wraps.
What? No, she's the cause of like 6 of them. All right.
Oh, sure. Blame your poor innocent wife.
You don't think that she's capable of stabbing me right between the eyeballs? Listen, all I got to do is look at her wrong, and I'm going to listen. There is zero secret who's in charge in my house. Okay, come on now.
The cat.
There ain't no hiding
as it should be.
Absolutely, I'm completely fine with that arrangement. I just know that there is a high degree of likelihood that I will suffer bodily harm if I misbehave. And again, as it should be. I am fine with my woman running the house. I'm completely cool with that. All right, she in charge. She's my princess. She's my queen. She gets whatever she wants. So
I love that.
I try. Yo,
you two are pretty great together.
I love my wife dearly. If it's not to be like gushy or mushy, because I don't want to do that. But like, some people do give me grief about that, Trader. Like, oh, you let your woman, dude, like that just means you haven't found the right one yet. All right, because when you do, then like that's what you want. You want to worship the ground she walks on. I love doing that for my wife. I love buying her strawberries for $70.
That is an insane amount of money, but also incredibly sweet.
Yep.
I love your wife too.
While you sit there and eat the $3 ones from the supermarket.
No, I don't even get supermarket strawberries, Aaron. Okay, I don't even get those. The ones that come and they're rotten in the plastic container. Yeah, I don't even get those. All right, I get the dried kind. I get the dehydrated kind in the box of cereal.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, Maverick. Yeah, they are though. These things are as big as your fist. Maybe not. Maybe slightly smaller. But they're really good strawberries. No,
seriously, they're usually about 3 inches long. They're big strawberries.
They're huge strawberries. even Wardon.
Here, you heard her say it. 3 inches is huge. 3 inches is huge.
Strawberry. Strawberry.
You guys remember we sent a lot of these things out. We sent them to Wardon. We sent them to Beck. We sent them to
big one
Trader.
right there.
That's impressively large. Back at Valentine's Day. Back at Valentine's Day, we sent all these out. And Beck says, yeah, they were actually as big as my fist. Trader's like, my God, these things are impressively large. And even Wardon sends me a message is like, dang, dude, these things are huge. He said that if he ate the entire box, he would have gone into a sugar coma. He was like, these things are huge. Huge. So, anyway. Yeah, no, these are quality strawberries, my friends. All right. Beck says they were so good, I almost bought more. You should. All right, true story. You want to hear something funny? I order from that site so frequently, I actually bought their membership. I bought the membership.
That is thinking ahead.
Why not? Fair enough.
Yeah, why not? I order from that site at least several times a year. So, yeah, I buy the membership, so I get, like, free shipping and $10 off. The other day, the reason I didn't get free shipping is because I wanted them ASAP, so I ordered them, like, overnight. You're going to pay for that. But
yeah, you are.
Yeah, but I wanted them then. This was why. You guys know Mrs. DJ's has really actually kind of been struggling a little bit because of Mocha. She's had some good days. She's had some really rough days. She was having a really, really bad day. I sometimes struggle with that because, like, what can I do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when there's that kind of loss.
And there isn't much you can do,
There's not. Yeah, when there's that kind of loss, it's just really... No, Wardon! No, Wardon! The disco is not... You do not... Hey! Hey!
You went right into him.
I was trying to show that I wasn't idle. You stinky butt! What? Why?
Wow.
Why would you do that?
Oh my gosh, my name is Beck and I like plants and I'm a valley girl and listen to me do all the things on a Rev show.
I love that. That's my favorite, Juby. Thank you. So
Are you saying we have video proof that Wardon just attacked you, not idle? Oh.
Yes, we do. Oh yeah, warships are fair game though. That's true, Karkin. Warships are always fair. Let me just stock up and I'll go after Wardon.
Where are you?
I'm going to go after Wardon's ship. Anyway, she was just kind of having a really sad day. It was a sad day. And I didn't care that I had to pay shipping. Like, I just wanted something that I knew would make her smile. So I put on the card, Trader. I said, obviously there's nothing that anybody can say or do, but hopefully these will put a smile on your beautiful face. And I had them priority overnighted so that she got them because I didn't want to see her hurting. Like, that's a tough thing. So anyway, yeah, I'm a sap. My wife.
You're not a sap.
I don't think that's a sap. No.
That is beautiful, and whoever is calling you names clearly has never had a long relationship with anyone that's a female.
That's not necessarily true. But all I'm saying is there's all kinds of different relationships out there. I am very, very comfortable in mine, and I am totally cool with her wearing the pants. Like, I'm fine with it. Man, see, now I can't even see Wardon. That was my eyeballs in the fog of war system. You stinky turd. Now I gotta send it back. I can't even see
Keep an
anything.
eye out. I'd keep an eye out if I were you. That's all I'm saying.
Mimi says it is sappy, but it's also probably why she married you. True. Dexy says he is a sap, but he's also been married for a long time. Yes, I have been. I have been. Or at least a long time in, I guess, longer than I've ever been married before. Kidding.
Really long time in cat years.
Wow.
I've never been married. No, Mrs. DJ is my first wife. So, yeah, no, I've never, I mean, seriously, we've been together, gosh, 13? Oh, yeah.
That's a long time.
You say she's your first wife like you're planning a second one.
No. No, you know why I said that?
Oh, boy.
Not at all. You know why I said that? Because, like, I mean, not that it's not common, but it's kind of not as common as it used to be. You know, and there's no, I got no opinion, no judgment on that at all. But like, yeah, no, I don't. I plan on growing old and feeble with Mrs. DJz.
Aww.
Yeah, I want her to have to give me a sponge bath one day.
And because he's older, she's gonna have to take care of him first.
Yeah, that's right. She's gonna have to give me sponge bath one day. That's what I tell her. That's what I'm waiting on.
Oh my God.
I want a sponge bath.
What the heck?
Yeah. Yeah, so, you know, there's that. Anywho. God, Wardon is all over me tonight. He just killed my isogen miner. Lord, man. Jeez. Hey, Wardon, are you in the chat? He's probably too busy sending ships to all of my ships. Wardon sends me a message the other day and said, "Yo, DJ, I heard that Mrs. DJz needs an office chair, a gaming chair." Now, you guys may remember that Wardon is the one who actually supplied me with my new amazing chair, and I love this chair. Trader, he made me an offer. He said that he would be willing to provide Mrs. DJz a chair, but that it was going to come at a price. And then he sent me that little winky face with the angel above it or whatever. I am pretty sure that Wardon wants to raid me more. Like, there's nothing left. Yeah, Jazzmeister, he couldn't get another 2 trillion. He couldn't get another 2 trillion because he already took 2 trillion, so now it would take twice as long to get 2 trillion.
Well, you have tokens, don't you?
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
I mean, how much is it worth for your wife to have a good chair? That broken one you got right now, I mean, she was falling out of it the other night.
She was.
She said we don't want her to get hurt.
No, I didn't say. No, listen, I'm paid in full. There's no double or nothing now. I'm paid in full. Wardon, where are you? Where are you, Wardon?
I do not see him in the chat, and he is not.
That's
on
planning,
post.
though. That's just DJ's encouraging her to move from her chair to his lap.
So wait, is he? He doesn't even know I'm streaming. He's just killing my ships just because.
I don't see him in chat.
Oh, he always knows you're streaming.
He does. He does. He's probably watching. Hi, Wardon. Ooh, God, I barely won that one. G-Mini Christmas. That must have been a Lazy Miles. Woo!
Would he ever attack, or anybody, like people in your server, would they attack active armadas?
If we were at war, sure, yeah.
But
Yeah.
not in general, right?
No, not.
Uncommons are... Who cares?
Uncommons,
Maybe.
possibly. It depends, I think, on the circumstance. As a general rule, probably not, but we have. You know, depending, I guess, on what the circumstances are. But, yeah, no, we have looked at events before and been like, okay, like, we're going to go after uncommons. And, like, that's going to be a thing. Like, we're doing it. But
So
it's...
for a purpose, but not just in general, like, going around popping people off. Like, he randomly attacks you all the time. But he wouldn't do that with an active.
No, I don't think so. He would wait till it's over and then immediately kill me. He's done that. So, there's that. I am not judging. Oh, Beck. I am not judging at all. I promise. No, listen. That just means you haven't found your prince yet. That's all. That's all that means. That means, or princess.
Or princess.
Arian is available.
Why was there such a big pause there?
I was trying to think of what
the words.
Yeah, I was trying to find the most elegant and proper words to make that, make that connection. Yeah, I'm playing Cupid here, okay? Jeez. But yeah, no, that just means that there hasn't been your soulmate yet. That's cool.
What did I miss? I went for a bike ride.
He's just trying to just distract Arian from.
Yeah,
his
don't ask. don't ask.
Really, if you really must know, all you need to know is that Trader said 3 inches was huge.
It's true.
For a strawberry.
All right, I'm just saying. All right, it's clipped. We've got that. There's evidence.
Rhyminy.
Okay.
Joke, I know the bike ride. I started at 4. I just came back. I went for a 1-hour bike ride.
Listen,
Bye.
Karen
What
wants
is
to know.
this?
Karen wants to know if Ripper's available.
Oh.
Ooh.
I can't say no, so.
Ooh, that means Ripper is available. Oh. So who are we gonna auction off a date with Ripper for while we're in Los Angeles? Oh my God! Charity event. We're gonna auction off a date with Ripper.
Oh boy.
I love it.
Ripper,
Sure, why not?
Congratulations, Rip.
You listen,
Like just with the random crowd at the mall that you're visiting. or something? What?
Yes.
Okay.
Where's this venue?
He
The people at
just
Scopely,
said-
like, hey.
He literally just said, "Sure, why not?" You guys all heard it, okay? So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it doesn't even need to be a thing while we're in LA. I think it needs to be a charity auction in which the proceeds will go to maybe the Christmas Angel Fund. But see, listen, Ripper is in the States for like almost an entire month. Okay? So I would be willing to bet, Trader, that for at least one of these days that he's in the States, we could actually pay and send Ripper to the city of whoever wins the date. Ripper, are you down for something like that?
You know
Oh
what?
my God.
Why
He's
the heck?
pimping you out.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I am not.
Yes, you
why
are.
the heck
Exactly
not?
what you're doing.
Listen, I'm saying yes to almost anything these days, so why the heck not?
See,
Oh
Ripper,
my God.
I came up with an
Ripper,
idea for the
Ripper.
children, Trader. And Ripper says, "You know what? I am a warm-hearted champion for the children. I will
Ripper,
do this, DJ."
If you get arrested for doing something inappropriate while you're on one of those trips
Put a
to
disclaimer
another
underneath.
I'm
city,
so positive.
quote unquote.
I'm
Full of
thinking about-
positive energy.
Okay,
Don't cross
okay.
a state
Wait
line.
a
Would I get
minute.
arrested?
Wait a minute. You guys are assuming terrible things. We're talking about a nice dinner, all right? Like a bottle of wine, completely paid for. Completely played for.
Keep talking.
What?
Keep talking.
Oh my God! Are you
This
seriously?
is being recorded for posterity.
Are you seriously suggesting that there would be something more nefarious? Absolutely not. Have you guys not ever seen
When it
those?
comes to you, yes.
What? Oh my God! I am insulted. I am
Look, do you guys
insulted.
hear that faux outrage?
What?
To be fair though, I wasn't entirely listening while DJ was saying stuff, so I just said yes.
Oh, that was a mistake. He's pimping you out to the
I
community,
am not
Ripper.
pimping him out. This is like a celebrity. this is like a celebrity date thing. I've done these before.
Okay.
Have you never heard of this before? I used to do these at the radio station like years and years ago. Like we would do a fundraiser and somebody got a dinner date with the morning show guy or whatever. Oh my goodness gracious.
Look at him just over here trying to justify what he's trying to do to poor Ripper.
Do what?
He's like visiting from another country, does not know our ways, and DJz is just taking advantage of him.
What?
I'm
what
very
do you mean
disappointed
our
in you,
ways?
DJz.
What does that even mean?
Look at Beck's comments. It's so true.
All right. When you put it like that, Beck, that sounds horrible. That sounds terrible.
It does sound horrible, yes.
It does sound horrible when you put it that way, but I mean, that's not
reality of what you're doing.
Oh my God.
So that means we're not doing it.
Okay, listen, no, we're gonna have to modify it a little bit.
Yes.
How about? Okay, Trader, let's flip it around. We could do a charity contest. All right. Where we will actually fly somebody to Los Angeles while we're there to go on a date with all of us, or Ripper. I mean,
so what you're saying is with all of us, but all of you suddenly have something to do. That's what you mean.
That's going to be expensive. Like
That's
I don't
a
know.
good point, Ripper. I wouldn't trust him. You know, DJz, for Ripper's own good, you will now need to address all communication with Ripper through me. I am representing him pro bono now because clearly he needs protection from you and your desire to.
You guys,
traffic him.
Oh boy,
you guys are scaredy cats. Has nobody ever just traveled to go do something or meet? Okay, you know what, Trader? We don't get to talk. All right, we don't get to talk. Ripper is flying from Germany to meet a bunch of strangers in Los Angeles next month. All right, and let's not pretend like we're all friends, okay? But in real life, we're strangers, okay? All of us.
But you have to meet at some point to not be strangers in real life, right?
Exactly. What if Garrick is actually Ripper's future wife? Okay? How is it appropriate? Why is it our place to deny
I gotta tell you,
this
DJz,
potential
that's as likely
chemistry?
That's as likely as me being his future wife. But
That's
carry on.
also possible. Okay? It's also possible.
A stranger is only a friend you haven't met yet.
Oh,
He's
Exactly.
from the bottom of a basement hole.
Thank you, Karkin.
As he said, from the bottom of a basement hole.
Karkin.
You didn't catch that.
God.
Okay, I think this is taking weird turns right now.
Fine.
Here's what you need to know, Ripper. I will protect you.
Okay.
You know what? Yeah.
Quite
I'm with
a
you,
few people
Voltron.
in here have said they will protect me. Should I be worried?
Yes.
Protect you from
Apparently,
what?
you should be.
Oh, God.
Wardon is in the chat now. He said, "Isn't Ripper looking for a sponsor for his green card to the States? This is the first step of the process."
Oh my God.
Wait, Beck, hold on. If a group of strangers offered to fly you out to have dinner as their guest, you would be concerned. Isn't that
yes.
Isn't that exactly what's happening in 30 days? Okay. I don't know all y'all out there at Scopely HQ. We
are not strangers, though. We know each other's names. We
Trader has
know
vetted each of you.
basic information about each other. This is not like some random person from the universe.
I want you to look in the chat.
plopping down in front of Ripper.
I want you to look in the
to be
chat
fair,
right now.
Names and addresses are known, so you know.
I want you to look in the chat right now that the current bid is up to $5,000. Okay.
Oh my God.
I'm just
Is
saying.
that real though? Is that real?
Garrick.
Would people?
Okay,
Yes, they
I'm just
would.
telling you, if
Yes,
this
they
is what
would.
the bid is up to, you are going to get in trouble Oh my God, DJs! This is gonna get you.
Oh my God, you guys!
I mean,
you guys!
they do it like
yes, they
charity
do.
events,
Yes,
auction off
they
a dinner
do.
date.
Yes, they do.
We could chaperone it. That's a great idea.
Absolutely.
Oh Lord, help me!
I can't
I
believe.
said do-
I
I
can't
didn't say do-do.
believe you guys. Taking
Oh,
something wonderful
do not
and beautiful.
take that offended tone with
Taking
me.
something all beautiful and lovely and turning it into something
Oh my
terrible.
God!
Terrible.
That faux innocence of yours.
Oh,
not
no.
gonna fly with this
honest
lady.
Honest to God, Trader. If you could see my face, you would know I'm being dead ass serious right now. Okay? I would absolutely take all of the precautions. I have totally done these things before. You auction off like the date or the dinner thing, and whatever. You be chaperoned, all that good stuff. Like, you guys are all scared. And look, Captain Oblivious is up to 25 G's. 25 G's. You know what, Captain Oblivious?
For you,
listen,
for you jokesters that are talking about me meeting someone, auctioning off a date with me, never going to happen. I don't meet randos from the internet.
Yet,
I mean, if
she's
if the
flying to
prices are
Los
going to be
Angeles.
this high,
This is my point. All right, Captain Oblivious.
I know you, DJs.
Captain Oblivious. If you were serious, if you were legitimately bidding $25,000 to go on a dinner date with our group, all right, I would take you up on it. All right, and we would provide your transportation. Well, you're paying for it out of your 25, but the proceeds, okay? So the proceeds go into the charity. But we could do it, Trader. Honest to freaking goodness, I'm telling you, this would work.
I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that you could do it, but that is not the question, good sir. Not even close.
So
there are many things in life
that
you can do. The issue is whether you should do them.
Look, Warren Buffett did it. Thank you, Guru. Warren Buffett did it. He got $19 million. All right.
When you know what? When you're a billionaire, you can do it too.
Well, we could raise a lot of money. We could raise a lot of money, and if we did, then we could bring them to our group. It could be the meet and greet.
that means that they're still. Why wouldn't we just do auction off a dinner with the group?
Well, that's fine too. I just think it's more romantic the other way.
Oh my God.
See, adding the word romantic was not what you're supposed to do there.
Okay, fine.
Romantic.
Not even close.
Ripper, let me ask you a question.
Intimate?
What question do you want to ask me?
Ripper.
You can literally
Maybe
ask me anything.
Are you genuinely concerned about meeting somebody from the community?
No.
I did not think so.
He says that, but he's never met me. He maybe should be a little concerned.
Why?
Why what?
Wait, Beck, why are
She
you
gives
asking
big
that question?
bear
Rip
hugs.
is romantic? Why the question mark?
Wait, what? What did Beck say?
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's all good.
No, I'm not concerned.
I'm proud of you, Ripper. Don't give in to all this pessimism here.
What could possibly go wrong?
Oh, that's
okay. Well,
that is a brilliant question to ask.
Okay.
What could possibly go wrong?
I mean, obviously,
you end up in your bathtub filled with ice, missing a couple of internal organs.
Obviously, we will take the proper precautions. Okay.
No, Cookie Monster has a safe word for you here, Ripper. I can't repeat it for you, but it's
all I ask is that if you guys do something like this, that I have the rights to do
make a
this
movie out of
story
it
in some fictional capacity. Yes.
I hereby grant
I will
you.
buy those rights for $1.
the price can be negotiated, but I do hereby give you first right of refusal. Okay, how about that? See, yeah. You see, that's a legal thing, right, Trader?
Schnitzel.
Yeah, got it. Shannara says, so wait.
You mean I have a first look deal with you, so that's good.
Yeah.
Will DJs be a cat in this story, or
Shannara says, so
like,
wait.
is this like a Homeward Bound type story where we all get our own little pets, like our own animal forms?
Shannara says, all I have gathered here so far is that Scopely is sponsoring a human auction.
Well,
No. Let's be very clear about that. No.
no, we're not auctioning off the person.
Oh, Daly's
Per se.
reset. Yeah, we're not actually auctioning. We're like.
Oh God. It's like.
Oh my
It's like
God.
handing you a shovel and you just keep digging, DJ.
Oh my God, this is so funny.
You would be the worst client ever.
You guys. All right.
That's true.
Fine,
For the
whatever.
record, I'm a great client when it comes to copyright infringement.
All
Yes,
right.
I've seen the letters.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Have you?
You know what? Here we go.
Yeah, you
Here we go.
shaved them.
Oh yeah.
We will modify the process. For what we could do is we could actually provide round trip airfare and 3 days, 2 nights in dark and rainy Los Angeles, where you get to spend one afternoon with the Talking Trek panel.
If this would end up costing less than my overall travel expenses, can I bid on it?
Is that more? And obviously that would be very expensive. That would be, I mean, we're looking at, Trader, you're probably looking at close to $1,000 in cost. So it would have
probably.
to be, it'd have to be more than that. It would have to be substantially more than that if we're going to do it for a charity. All right. Listen, we got a little bit of time. If you guys want to do it.
You'd have to do a minimum.
If you guys want to do it, then I will set it up.
You have to figure out doing a minimum because I mean, flights for me alone are $1,500. So if it's somebody outside of the U.S.,
What?
Mm-hmm.
Wait. You are paying $1,500 for flights.
You're in Canada. You could what? Ripper went.
Flights are expensive.
Ripper went
I pay
transcontinental.
Mm-hmm. Canada
Dang.
sucks.
Yikes.
Yep.
Drive to the United States and then fly the rest of the way.
Are you flying in, what is it, Swift? Or what's that one that we make fun of?
Spirit? Are you flying
Swift.
Spirit?
Are you flying Spirit?
No. No.
And my flights
man.
are direct flight from Germany to Los Angeles.
See, I was
800.
joking with Arian about it being Flair, which is the low cost, the equivalent of Spirit here in Canada. So,
I can't believe you
Unfortunately,
can't find a flight from
I
Vancouver.
probably could.
$1. But
unfortunately, the dunk tank is not going to work. The dunk tank is not going to work out. So I looked into it
Really?
and I started calling around. Dude, the permits. Oh my God. I have to get a permit for this is, Shawna, you can verify that this is the ridiculous red tape that exists in Los Angeles. I have to get a theme park permit.
yes,
What?
you do.
I would
theme
have to get
park
a
permit?
theme park permit to have a dunk tank.
Yeah,
I have an idea.
That sounds right.
I mean, how does a dunk tank company stay in business? Like, what if I just wanted one for a birthday party? I got to get a freaking theme park permit?
Well, you'd probably be doing the bouncy castle too, so it's really 2 attractions for the price of 1.
That's true. They did have all kinds of bounce house attractions. How much is a
So
theme park permit? It's not that bad. It's a couple $100, but it takes 90 days. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I called
I'm
about
surprised
it.
there isn't like a civilian version, because I guarantee you most of the time it's the film shoots that are actually required to do all the permitting.
Well, I mean, wow. I was blown away. Down here in the country, all right, if I want a bounce house, I call a company, I'm like, yo, can you bring a bounce house? Yo, what time, man? Yeah, this time. How much is it going to cost? You got a Coors Light? Then, yeah, okay, cool. Come on down. I'll grill you a burger as well. Deal done. Blaze says, obviously, DJ, you didn't factor in bribing an official to get the permit faster. Clearly, I did not. All right, I'm telling you, man. It's crazy. I don't have any private property, Tabby Moza. I have no private property in Los Angeles.
Yet.
Ripper's going to buy a property just so he can get a bounce house.
No. No, that's not happening.
Oh, God.
Unfortunately, I do not have the capital to do that.
Not until after the next ARC launch. Wardog just killed my Meridian again. Oh, my God. No, ironically, Chris, I do not need a permit to sell a date with Ripper. It's all fine. Let's see.
Yes.
Beck says, Bubba and I get
You might need a permission slip from Ripper. But that's about it.
Yeah, no, there'll be waivers. There'll be waivers. It'll be fine. You know, everybody's pooping on all my ideas. Everybody's pooping on all my ideas. I just want to do stupid things and have fun.
You're a delicate flower, DJ.
Here's the thing, DJ. You know, I'm with you with stupid. The thing is, this entire trip for me is really doing everything and anything that is not my comfort zone. None of this is something that I would usually consider doing ever.
And I am very proud of you for broadening your horizons.
But I'm just saying, you know, I'm uncomfortable in a way, I guess, but I'm ignoring it. Uncomfortable does not exist anymore.
He is Bold Boimler. He's Bold Boimler. He's Bold Ripper. No, I don't. I do not need a pimp license, Wardod. God. That's right, Galvanox. You can be uncomfortable, but we can be safe about it. Ugh.
So instead of doing a dunk tank, we could raise money to do pie in the face.
No, Beck, that's not what I'm saying. I'm uncomfortable with people, is what I'm saying. But I have to ignore that. It doesn't exist. I have erased that thought from my mind, or at least I'm trying to.
Good
I mean,
job,
listen, I went out multiple times alone to places with people. I haven't done that ever in my life.
That's awesome. Good for you.
So you want to Vic says we could do a fundraiser for pie in the face of your favorite content creator. Yeah, that's what Arian was just saying. We could do pies. I'm pretty sure I'm going to take like 50 pies to the face, but you know, whatever. I know, Tabby Moza, back to the drawing board.
What kind of pies are we talking about?
I want at least one cheesecake flavored pie. I like that.
That stuff's too expensive. You just put the whipped cream in the spray whipped cream into a pie plate and smash that in the face.
That's.
So you're saying a cream pie would be best? Okay.
Oh my god.
I did not say that.
Karkin,
you are dirty AF.
What? No, I'm talking about just filling a
dirty AF
with cream. Is that not what it's called? Just a cream.
Dirty AF.
Karkin.
It's late. I'm sorry.
He's like, dude, I am so stoned. It was way funnier in my head.
This was like prime time for you, Karkin. You can't call this late.
Late.
Oh,
You know, if you
God.
hadn't have made light of it, no one would have noticed. They'd have been just like, yeah.
Oh,
are
no.
you serious?
Everybody
Lemon
noticed.
meringue.
Everybody
I choose
noticed.
Lemon meringue.
Everybody noticed. Everybody was like scared to comment at that moment in time. Everyone was just like, did you not hear it, Trader? There was like a moment, just like 3 seconds of dead silence.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I wasn't going to go for it, but Trader set me up so wonderfully.
Don't you blame me for that. Nobody made you.
I'm going
open
under
your
the
mouth
bus.
and
You're
say
coming
those
with
words.
me.
That's funny. Oh, man. I just want to, so here's what we've got worked out so far. Trader. While we're in Los Angeles, obviously the crew is going to be hanging out a lot. We're going to be shooting a lot of video content. We've got things that we're going to be doing. We're going to be hanging out with some of the Scopely team. We're going to be shooting some content with them. And then kind of just hanging out. As far as a broadcast schedule or activities, like we have run into some roadblocks. Like my legal counsel has advised me not to commit potential felony trespassing and vandalism in Scopely headquarters. So probably shouldn't do that.
Or at least don't video record it, right?
I can
Don't
do
put
it.
it
I
on.
can probably get back to Germany without facing anything somehow. But I will never be allowed back into the States, probably.
So
You guys are good. You guys.
I'm kidding.
So
Trader's
that
like, I'm going to lose my
idea,
bar.
that
license.
idea is looking less likely, right? And then there was what was the other thing? Oh, the dunk tank, which is not going to work. All right, the dunk tank is just not going to work because we don't have a place to do it, and so that's not going to work. And just now I can't sell Ripper to the highest bidder, so that's not going to work. All I'm saying is I'm trying to come up with crazy content while we're there. Something. And Trader keeps trying to keep me out of jail.
I do, and I keep telling him he's got to keep his pants on.
God bless
He'll go
it.
to jail
No!
if he doesn't keep his pants
No!
on.
No!
Rule one on the trip.
No! No! No!
That's why we're staying elsewhere.
No! Ripper, you're still staying with me, right?
Sure.
He's really not sure after that.
I just remember what I said about waking up in a bathtub covered in ice with missing some
Oh my
internal
God!
organs.
So now hanging out with me is a dangerous thing. Oh my God!
You're trying to sell him to the highest bidder.
I'm
God only knows what else
obviously
could happen.
not going to sell him to the highest bidder now.
So what you're saying is, Trader, you don't want me to be alone with DJ then?
That's what it sounds like to me. They think I'm some kind of parasite.
I didn't say anything about that.
It's okay. I'll come out and hang with you, DJ.
Thank you, Aaron. Yeah, so Trader is going to be there with us as well. Yes, Hugs and Cuddles. We do have some interviews planned. We do have kind of hopefully slated. So we're looking forward to that. And, I was just trying to, obviously I want to do the serious content, right? I want to do the serious content. But I also want to do, like, something kind of crazy and ridiculous. Also.
Wait. We do serious content?
Yeah, that's a good question, Ripper.
Here or there. Karaoke.
Sometimes.
Karaoke might be
So,
fun.
so you consider this serious content?
No.
Okay.
No,
So
I
you answered the question with, no, we don't do serious content.
Yeah, we do, just not all the time. Ooh, laser tag would
The
be
serious
fun.
content was earlier in the show.
I do love laser tag. Laser tag is fun. Yeah, laser tag's fun. That's right, Wolfwood.
Never done laser tag.
The stupid news is serious content.
Hmm.
Oh. I think I'm about out of directives. I think I'm almost done with this horrendous grind.
DJs,
Yeah.
it has been absolutely hilarious tonight, but I need to go to bed now.
Oh man, yeah, me too. I guess I got to work tomorrow. Crap. Trader, do you have 17 minutes in you?
Sure.
We got stuff to give away, don't we?
We do.
We do have stuff to give away. All right.
And the list is nice and organized for you.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
And color coded?
I messed
No.
it up. I messed it up.
Oh,
Seriously?
No. I meant
it just updated.
No. While you were gone. No, I didn't touch it. I don't even have it open. I meant like she looked at it and how sloppy it was and was like all fussy at me and said, "This is not good."
I fixed it. It's
I know.
just fine now.
Yeah, no, it's great. Okay. Let's see. What's going to be our keyword?
Says the
tonight?
guy who hasn't opened it, apparently.
Beck has an idea for your giveaway.
Oh, okay. Beck, what do you got?
She says now we can give away Ripper.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God.
Are we going to give away Ripper right now?
Wait. What?
No, there has to be financial dollars for sale. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it right.
I don't think there was a suggestion.
Yeah, no, if we're going to do it, we're going to make some money while doing it, okay?
So DJs,
Yes.
if you wanted to give away everything that we have to give away to catch us up, it would be 7 prize closets and a battle pass.
7 prize closets and a battle pass.
Yep.
Let's see. I need to look at something here. Hang on. We could probably do that, Trader. Let me take a quick peek. Let me see what shenanigans you've done in here.
Shenanigans.
Yeah, I'm looking. You know what? I seem to remember the community telling me that we were going to get to 2,500 subs tonight. I think I remember that. Do you remember that, Trader? We were supposed
It was
to,
by the end of the month, DJs.
We were supposed to give away $100 tonight. Oh, it's by the end of the month? Well, it's already the 29th or whatever, isn't it? No.
The 23rd.
No, you're
Okay,
right.
yeah, it's
behind.
technically
It's the 24th for me.
It's the 24th now. So let's see. We've got 2 more shows. Okay, we got 2 more shows. All right, well, that's fine. Thought we were giving away $100 tonight. Yes, not. Let's see. 7 prize closets. 7 prize closets and.
Good night, Miss Beck.
Good night, Beck. Bye, Beck.
Night, Beck.
Bye, Beck.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that hashtag. She wants the contest code to be #FreeRipper.
Well, I'm free.
Yeah, he's already free. He can go on a date with whomever he wants.
Well,
All right, I'm trying to think of a good keyword here.
But not for free.
Okay. I think I got a good one. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Trader, we got it. Your code is now in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. #Ripper for sale, the number 4. All right. All right, there you go. It's in the chat.
Done.
#Ripper for sale with the number 4. And I turned the whispers back on I had, as many people, Trader, has been complaining that the bot doesn't whisper to them. When I turned the whispers off, even more people freaked out and were like, no, I thought that was why we got the bot, was so it would whisper to us. I just want to go on record and say, look at the screen. There is immediately, like 60-plus entries in here. It is clearly counting, okay? It is clearly counting.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I'm working on my own
I think
bot.
the whispers aren't working either anyway.
Oh, did I not turn them back on? Oopsies.
You may have turned them back on, but something might be broken with MooBot or the way it interacts with Twitch. It's not setting the whispers.
Oh, well, it might be.
I'm building my own bot, so.
Are you
That's
really?
Awesome.
Cool.
That's really exciting.
Yeah, we're actually building that live on stream, actually.
What kind of bot are you building?
Just a Twitch chatbot. We'll see what kind of features we add. All the things, whatever we feel like adding.
Oh, can you
or
do
people suggest?
Can you do like contest giveaway stuff like what we do?
Oh yeah, sure. We can build that.
Ooh, thanks, man. I'll subscribe.
And can you make it show the list of people that have entered the contest?
Yes.
So that when people are like, it didn't get my entry, we can be like,
yes,
look, you're right there.
we can build all that. Listen,
Oh,
I'm building.
I'll subscribe immediately.
I'm building all of that live on stream. We've done too. Starting building a bot from scratch just for fun and
I will subscribe to that.
Send me suggestions and we can build stuff.
Will it be called Tashbot?
It is called Tashbot, yes.
Tashbot?
Is it?
Oh my god.
Is it Tashbot?
Yes.
It's Tashbot or Tashcanbot? Is it Tashcanbot?
Tashbot.
Awesome.
Tashbot is better. I like Tashbot.
I don't know if is Tashbot free. It might not be free, the name.
I'm Googling
it. Could be Heroic Tashbot, I think. Actually, it's Heroic Tashbot, I think.
Aw, wait. So, here we go. When I Google Tashbot, I find Twitter handles.
No, you have to do twitch.tv/ in the name, because you need a Twitch account for.
Okay, wait. There is a Discord. What is that? I think that's just a Discord server.
Yeah, this is a Discord server. Yeah.
No, Tashbot is already a Twitch account. What we are building the Heroic Tashbot.
The Heroic Tashbot.
I like it.
Okay, yeah, I'm good with that. I like that. The Heroic Tashbot sounds amazing. All right.
That's what we're building.
We've got 215 viewers. Trader, we've got 10 minutes and some odd seconds to give everything away. You guys are going to have to hurry. We got 215 viewers, only 88 contest entries. I need 108. You guys are 20 short. 20 short. All right. Hashtag Ripper for sale, the number 4. Okay. Throw it up in chat. Let's get registered. We are sitting at 89 now. I need 108.
Is it case sensitive?
No, it's not case sensitive.
No. Okay.
All right. We got 91. I need 108, please. 108. So we'll let you guys work on that for a minute or two. I need to work on that. Get that number up. 108 is what we need. We're up to 94. All right, keep it going. Keep it going. Yeah, Factor. We turned it off. MooBot is kind of broken. That's why Ripper's working on something new.
That's not why. It was just something fun to do, but gotta keep occupied, right?
Yeah. Okay. All right, we're up to 96. We need a few more to hop in. Just a couple more. Hashtag Ripper for sale. And we will start giving away. Ooh, nice big jump there, Trader. Up to 100. I only need 8 more. 8 more. Let's go, community. Get me 8 more, and we're going to give away. What was it again, Trader? 7 prize closets.
And 1 battle pass.
And a free battle pass, presumably for the month of April. All right, let's go. Come on. We need just a few more. We're up to 102. I need 6 more. Let's go. Wakey freaking wakey. Okay. We got 102. Hashtag Ripper for sale with the number 4. We got 103. Just a couple more.
Now I want eggs and bacon.
I do. Man, I want a big breakfast oh my God, I just realized I'm starving. I just realized I'm super hungry. I wonder what I could eat for dinner.
Hash browns.
Maybe some waffles in the toaster. With peanut butter. Yummy. All right, we got 107. I need one more. Come on. I need one more. Let's go.
I love how it melts into each individual square hole.
There we go.
Like individual.
I know, it's so
peanut
good,
butter
man.
pockets.
All right, there's 108. Trader, you ready to go? Are you ready to go?
I was born ready.
All right, here you go. 7 prize closets. Number 1, going to Arian. Yay!
Oh, no. Skip, please. No, skip me, please. No, pick next person, please. I decline. I was just helping get the count up.
But that is cheating, Arian.
No, it's not.
You entered the contest. Arian.
No,
Arian,
decline, please. Decline. I don't want it. Give it to somebody in the community.
You have been declined into our winners club.
Thank you.
All right. General Darkfire just won. Literally last show.
Yes, he did. Yep. The 18th.
All right. So
he
hasn't
claimed his. Or no, he did. Never mind.
Yeah.
I lied.
He messaged me. I got him.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Let's draw another one then. Putts. Oh my God.
Oh my God. The rig tags had already started.
Well, he is free to play. So.
He is. Yes.
All right.
Let's give him a prize.
All right, Putts. You're in.
Ooh.
Yo, all right, finally, a new name, Proud Gator Dad. Congratulations to you, Proud Gator Dad. Let's go. All right, let's draw our next one, winner number 3. Garrick, congratulations to you, plain simple Garrick. Congratulations to you. You have won a free prize closet item. Congratulations to you, Garrick. Pretty sure Garrick was one of the high bidders. I think he bid up to $10,000 for you earlier, Ripper.
Those were not real, DJ.
Oh, no, it was real. We're going to send them invoices. Captain Oblivious.
Nobody would willingly pay $10,000.
Captain Oblivious actually went up to 25 grand. Just saying. Yeah, that's right, Garrick. You get a prize closet with Ripper. 7 minutes in heaven. 7 minutes in the prize closet. You get 7 minutes in the prize closet with Ripper. All right?
Ripper probably doesn't even know what that is.
No, I do. I do.
You don't know?
And
yeah, 7 minutes in heaven. Yeah. Everybody knows 7 minutes in heaven. All right. Oh, God.
Which is way different than the show Seventh Heaven, I discovered.
Yes, it is. All right. All right, Garrick, you're winner number 3. Winner number 4, Desert Eagle. Congratulations to you. Desert Eagle got you hooked up. Yeah. All right. Trader, let's see if we can find winner number 5 is going to be Richie. Yo, what's up, Richie? Richie, congratulations to you. All right, let's see. Prize closet winner number 6, Trader. Eyebrow. Congratulations to you. Eyebrow!
That's actually a pretty cool name.
I love
Not
it.
gonna lie.
All right, Trader tells me we have one more prize closet to give away and then a battle pass. So prize closet winner number 7 is going to be All Sizzle. All Sizzle, congratulations to you, man. Yo, yo, yo. By the way, can I just say, before we give away our final battle pass, Trader, because we still got 2 minutes on the clock. I was just looking in our contributor chat here just a second ago, Trader, and I see a meme that Karkin posted of Commander Worf back during TNG. Yeah. And let me just say, Michael Dorn has really aged very well. He is a he is a very handsome man.
Yes, he is.
And I like what they've done and how he looks in the new series.
Which is way different than how he came out looking from end of TNG, that last episode, where they thought he was going to be all. They portrayed him differently. He looks way more crisp.
Say he looks sharp as a tack.
Yeah.
In this, his dude, is it a? It's not a spoiler to talk about how great that mustache is, right?
No, it is not.
It
is a great mustache. It is a great mustache.
Dang, I wish.
Were you about to call it a mustache?
Mustache.
I was about to pronounce it like DJs did.
Mustache.
The goatee.
Mustache. No, it's a mustache.
Mustachio.
You're putting the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Mustachio. Let me just say.
Yeah. Syllable. I love it. Love it.
He looks really good. I'm just throwing that out there. Michael Dorn, you're a very, very handsome man. Just saying. Because I know he listens, Trader.
Go on, Patty.
You know,
it's a
you never know who is in your audience.
Why wouldn't he, right? It looks good. All right, he looks real good. I think it's the fact that it's white, like silver.
Yeah.
It's very distinguished.
It is.
Oh, I googled it.
Well,
Yeah,
it's a full-on goatee. So yeah, it does. It suits him really well.
Yeah, looks really, really good. All right.
He's calling up Riker and he's being like, "That's what you call a beard."
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, I'm not alone. Look at the chat. Look at the chat. IJ, don't act. All shock and awe. Look at the chat. The chat loves the way the Worf looks now, too. All right, it looks phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. All right. Trader, Battle Pass time. Here we go. Battle Pass, $20 Battle Pass for the month of April. Going to 3M. And you know what? I'm pleased about that because I happen to know that 3M is a true free-to-play player. Congratulations to you, hooking you up with a Battle Pass. 3M, thank you for being a viewer on our chat tonight. Thank you for entering the contest. You hook up with a free complimentary Battle Pass for the month of April. Congratulations to you. Guys, it has been
just remember,
Yes.
Just remember to PM me or DJs on Discord. Please and thank you. We will not chase after you.
That's right. As a matter of fact,
you can also DM me. I will just send you back your address. Don't worry about it.
Shame on you.
I'm kidding. Okay.
I will.
It was a joke. Okay, it was a joke.
I will also point out,
sure.
Trader. I will also point out that there are still 3 players who have not claimed their World of Warships winnings. Maybe I should have reached out to those people because that was an entry contest. I should probably PM them, huh? Probably should. That wasn't a live thing. Like, we drew names. I probably should. I just realized, I should probably reach out to them. So I tell you what, they might not even know that they won. Piano Man, Kin Shadow, and X Postal. I've got $100 packs with your names on them. If you guys know of these players, or if they're watching tonight, be sure to PM me. You actually won a $100 pack on this show. Also,
I think Yanuman is one of my alliance mates. I'll have to check.
Yeah, please do. He may not know he won because I just now realized I probably never PM'd these people. Also, from March 11th, Trader, Safaro won a Talking Trek apron, a cooking apron, and they have not claimed their prize yet either. So we gotta get these prizes out.
Plain simple, Garrett says those are all my alt accounts. I'll take them.
Yeah. Hey, Shawna, thank you so very much. Shawna writes to the chat, thank you guys for having me tonight. Oh, she's still on stage. Shawna, trust me. The pleasure
it was amazing.
The pleasure is all ours. Thank you so very much for being a friend of the show and coming on and talking and giving us the kind of access and the insight. It is truly amazing, and I consider myself blessed to know you. Thank you very much for gracing our stage with your presence. Thank you.
Oh, well, you're very kind. Thank you. And I really am stoked to see you guys next month.
Very, very excited. Very, very excited. Thank you so very much. Also, thank you to Spectre for hanging out with us tonight. And, of course, our panel of routine, regular shenanigan holders. Stephen Tarrant, Karkin Putz, Arian, Ripper, and Trader. Thank you guys also very much for being and dedicating so much of your time to this show and to me, and it's kind of crazy. I don't know why you guys do it, but thank you. I really do very much appreciate it. You guys are amazing. I could not do it without you, and I am also super, super excited to break bread with all of you guys in Los Angeles in less than 30 days. Community.
Are you going to let me keep both my kidneys?
No.
You can have
Right
one.
answer.
You can keep one. All right, just one.
Yeah, one you can keep. The other one, no.
You only need one anyway. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
as
my
long
good
as you
Lord.
toss in half a liver.
What? Is that a thing? Can you do a half of a liver? Little liver?
Yes.
Oh, you can do a half? Okay. Yeah, well, that's fine. We'll let you
there's-
keep a half.
IJ, there's only going to be a trader dunk tank for people on STFC who scrap all of their ships and delete their account.
That's good.
Richie M, it is trader. If you go to DJ's Discord, you'll see me there.
Yeah, you can do ! Discord right here in the chat. It'll give you a link straight on over to our Discord, and there you will be able to find either her or myself. You can message me. I know a lot of people do, and that's completely fine, just as long as you get to one of us, all right? If it is a money pack, like if it's a paid pack or a battle pass, those have to come through me. If it's a prize closet, those can come to myself or Trader. She assists me because she is the gatekeeper, quartermaster, key lock person in charge of all the prizes. All right, there you go. Community, is there anybody that you guys would like to raid tonight? Anybody at all? Who's online? Is there somebody that we can say hello to? I see Octagon Ron is online. Why don't we go say hi to Ron? We haven't raided into Ron for a while. Oh, is Sav on? We haven't raided Sav in a long time.
Yep, Sav is on.
All right.
Kalerden is on too.
Oh my God, so many good choices. Oh man. Ron, Savannah, or my child? Man, we haven't rated Kalerden in the longest. Like, if anything,
Do a
Trader,
60-second poll.
All right, I'll do a 60-second poll. Here we go. I'll do a 60-second poll. Here we go. New poll. Who we be raiding? Sav, my child, and Octagon Ron. I will allow you to spend additional toy mice. You can buy your way to your favorite streamer. Okay? And it won't even cost you a liver or a kidney. All right? You guys
save that for PAX.
Yeah.
You need that for your PAX.
Or for Los Angeles, one or the other. All right, community, thank you guys so very much. My name is UltimatDJz. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here and being a part of our community. Thank you for the wonderfully amazing full studio audience tonight. You guys are the best. Thank you again to our special guest, Shawna Benson. Absolutely amazing. Writer for Star Trek Prodigy and a vital, integral piece of the Star Trek universe. Very honored and blessed to have her here. You guys be sure to go back and watch this one back if you haven't had a chance to listen to the entire thing. Just like I'm in awe when she speaks. Trader, that's going to do it. I kept you 7 minutes late. Daggone it. Go to bed.
Oh, I'm used to it.
I can't imagine why. It's kind of unusual. It's kind of an unusual thing. All right, community, thank you guys so very, very much. I appreciate it. Who we be rated? We've got about 45 seconds left on the poll, it looks like. And you know what? I will come back, Trader. I'll show you on screen. It does look as though Sav is going to be our winner, unless somebody is going to throw some massive toy mice here at the very, very last second. We've got 15 seconds on the clock. 15 seconds on the clock, and it does look as though Savannah will be graced by the presence of our community here tonight. So, community, looks like that's what we're going to do. Honor says, who are these people? These are our friends. So, Sav is a mutual friend through community manager Beck Likes Plants. Octagon Ron is another Star Trek Fleet Command streamer that I know and have good communication with. And then my child is Kalerden. He's another Star Trek Fleet Command streamer who streams as a cat. So naturally, he's my kin. He's my kin. And I like to support him when I can. But tonight we will honor... No, it's not Oliver. No, it is Kalerden, another STFC streamer who streams like a cat. So, his fur is a very similar color and everything. He is my genetic offspring, I believe. But we will have to say hi to him another night. In the meantime, community, we are going to bounce on out of here. We will be going and saying hello to our friend, Miss Savannah Lowe. All right, let's see here. There she is. Boom, and the button has been pressed. Community, make sure to hang out for the raid. You win free bonus toy mice when you stick around for the raid. Okay? Absolutely. Stick around for the raid. You'll get some of your toy mice back. And we will go say hello to a friend in Savannah. Thank you guys so very much. My name is UltimatDJz, bidding you farewell for this evening. Thank you so much for being a part of our community. I love you. I mean it. We'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody.